is Fox Sports 1310. Buckle up. It's time for your morning drive time headlines with Suave on Fox Sports 1310.
Good morning. It's 6 a.m. on a Monday. Here's your Fox Sports update. In the NBA, we have another retirement happen as Vince Carter got his number 15 jersey retired with the Nets at Barclays Center. Now, to let you know, this was before there was the Brooklyn Nets. This was the New Jersey Nets. And when he was playing with that team, it was him, Jason Kidd, Kid Martin. So congratulations to Vince Carter getting your jersey retired at Barclays Center. In the NFL, the Bears, the overhaul has now started as the Bears hired. Less than a week hiring Ben Johnson, they got a new OC and a new DC. The OC is Declan Doyle, and the DC is Dennis Allen. Also in the NFL, we have Super Bowl set. First game, the Eagles beat the Washington Commanders 55-23 behind Jalen Hurts 3 touchdowns and Saquon Barkley's 3 touchdowns. And now they represent the NFC. But in the AFC, once again, that guy, the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes advanced to their third straight Super Bowl, beating the Bills 32-29. Mahomes had 245 yards passing and a touchdown, 2 for rushing, and now they trying to become the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls back to back to back. So yes, more. We're going to talk about that more. Plus, what's next for these teams that's just been eliminated, like Washington Commanders, Buffalo Bills. Plus, you want to hear Johnny D's rant, because it's going to be legendary. But it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and stream live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
All right, good stuff. We're back. Great to be with you. Monday edition of the Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave J-Lo. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. You can follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D on Instagram and Morning Drive Johnny D. And, of course, we are broadcasting live as we do each and every morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Obviously, a lot of NFL to touch on today. We'll talk about the next steps for both the Washington Commanders, my Buffalo Bills, as we get ready for 2 weeks to get ready for the Super Bowl coming up in New Orleans. We'll get into that. Talk a little college basketball this morning on the program. But today's BLUF bottom line up front is going to be very simple. And it's brought to you by OVM Financial with Annie Mac Home Mortgage, serving Hampton Roads since 2001. When it comes to buying a home or refinancing, you need a mortgage partner you can trust. Visit ovmfinancial.com, NMLS 86788. All right, where do you want to start, boys? You want to start with the Commanders? We want to start with the Bills. Where do we want to start this morning? By the way, good morning. How are we doing this morning? How we doing? Everybody doing okay?
Well, we're all right. We're getting there.
Here.
I feel a lot better this morning than I did yesterday.
Yeah. Look, and if you're looking for any type of sympathy from yours truly this morning, J-Lo, forget about it.
Yeah, I know.
You might as well leave the studio right now because it ain't going to happen, my friend. Not at all. In fact, you Commander fans, you should enjoy the fact that you went, 12-5 this year, won a couple of games in the playoffs. You got a franchise quarterback. It looks like you got a head coach. You got great ownership. If you think you're going to be in this position next year, you're fooling yourself.
Wow, man.
Look, I'm just being honest because if you look at the roster, how many free agents you got?
We got quite a bit.
You got 30, don't you?
Yeah,
you got 30. Okay. I think Commander fans have got to understand something this morning. It was a magical ride, and we'll talk about it because I want to definitely get y'all's reaction on what this season meant to you when you're coming off a 4-win season, and then all of a sudden you turn it around and get the 12 wins. Now, I think that was helped for the fact that the NFC East was terrible, was absolutely horrendous this year outside of Philadelphia, okay? But one thing you're going to find out is, are you going to strike gold again in the free agent market and getting a Bobby Wagner in and getting a Zach Ertz in? And you had some guy, an Austin Eckler, who was terrible yesterday, absolutely terrible yesterday. Are you gonna strike gold again? And that's going to be the major question, because it is really hard in the National Football League to be that good in the offseason year in and year out. And I think, look, give it up for Philadelphia. I mean, we talked about the roster. That roster is loaded, absolutely loaded. And a lot of people were dumping on Jalen Hurts throughout the week, and he showed up. And he showed up, and he showed, yes, I am one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. I just do what my team needs me to do to win football games. And that's what we saw yesterday. And if you want to talk about free agency, as good as the Commanders were, Suave, in the offseason, the Eagles were better.
Absolutely.
If you're thinking about it in the offseason, what they did in the offseason to take care of their roster, you went out and got, look, forget about Saquon Barkley, probably the best free agent pickup by any team.
Yeah. What are the history of the NFL?
Okay.
Pretty much.
Right up there.
Yeah.
Right? No doubt about it. Let's not forget to drafting who? Cooper DeJean?
Yes.
And who's the Mitchell?
Yeah,
Kid?
Quay Mitchell. Yeah.
Okay. So that was your draft. So you got two dudes. One of them might be the rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you brought in a Zach Bond. Okay. And, oh, by the way, you brought in a defense coordinator with Vic Fangio, who may be the second best in the NFL right now behind Steve Spagnuolo. That's a hell of a free agent offseason for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's hard to win on the road in the playoffs too. Mm-hmm. And you guys saw that on Sunday afternoon, and I just think the Commanders, it's been an incredible run. It's been a great season. I think it has reinvigorated the fan base of the Washington football, no doubt about it. There's a lot of positives to take out of the season. But the bottom line is you needed a lot of stuff to go well in year one under Dan Quinn and Jada Daniels and Adam Peters and the boys. Do you really think, Suave? Well, but before we look ahead, let me just get your initial reaction to the game yesterday. I want to get your initial gut reaction to the game yesterday, Suave.
My gut reaction is this, that 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers.
4 turnovers.
Well, yeah, that fourth one, I mean, we don't really mad about that one because that was just tossing in the end zone. But it was 3 turnovers that led to 21 points. And then it was just like, it was like a handicap match, Johnny D. It was Washington versus Philadelphia versus Washington. And it seemed like Philadelphia was going to do Philadelphia things. Saquon going to run. We already knew that.
Yeah.
But Washington at times were beating themselves. And not to mention, everybody going to talk about it, the tush push. And that Frankie Louisville thing, was one of the biggest things that was trending. And, it was a whole lot. And honestly, my thoughts is like, we came in, it showed just that right now we need help as in players and everything. I'm fine. I'm fine. We did get dog walk yesterday, but other than that,
you got dog walk.
We got dog walk.
I mean, look, Commander fans, you could sugarcoat it any way you want. You gave up a 55 spot. That defense, which we know has been a question mark all season long, that has played really well down the stretch, got dog walked yesterday. He gave up 7 rushing touchdowns to the Philadelphia Eagles. In fact, you're talking about on my bottom line up front this morning, Commanders 4 turnovers, Barkley had 3 TDs, Eagles 7 rushing touchdowns. That's gonna equal an L. Every day of the week, that's gonna equal a loss.
Absolutely,
you can't do that. And yeah, you got steamrolled in the running game. I mean, Barkley right out of the gate. Are you kidding me?
First play,
right out of the gate. So, look, Commanders, it almost looked like, and I hate to say it because I don't want to kick dirt on your grave this morning. Trust me. Yeah, people are going to be kicking dirt on my grave this morning. No doubt about it. And deservingly so. But it looked like grown men against boys. That's what it looked like taking out the Philadelphia Eagles.
It looked like when you have a group of 5 school going into an SEC
right.
school.
It looked like Philadelphia fans going, these pesky little punks are here again. Let's take care of business like we did the first time we played them. And no more excuses that Jalen Hurts is not playing and we got to put Kenny Pickett in there and all that good stuff. So, look, a tough loss for the Commanders, a fantastic season, no doubt about it. What will the offseason bring? So I asked you, J-Lo, I mean, you made a big point of it all week long, talking about how, hey, here, I'm J-Lo, I'm 18 years old, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now you've got kicked in the balls.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
You got kicked in the crotch, you got punched in the face. How are you going to respond? Your initial reaction to the game on Sunday? Because it did not play out the way y'all wanted it to.
No, not at all. And listen, I know you might want a big rundown of the game. I can put it to you this way. Turnover, turnover, turnover. That's what lost us the football game. Whether you like it or not, 3 fumbles, you're not going to win. We won it with 5 turnovers against Philly last time.
Yeah.
That was a once-in-a-blue moon type of event. You never win games. So it just wasn't going to happen because when you turn the ball over 3 times and your defense can't make a stop in the first place, all that's doing is putting them in worse and worse spots and worse spots on the field. The 3 fumbles were killer. It was absolutely killer. That's what ultimately ended our season.
Well, it's not only the fumbles, but they all resulted in points.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they were in
that's
bad
the
spots.
thing. They were in bad spots. They resulted in points. They put you behind the 8 ball. It takes you right out of any type of running game situation.
Yep.
I will say this for Jada Daniels. Continue to be impressed with Jada Daniels.
Yep.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, Daniels was very good. I mean, he had a couple missed passes, and on that Eckler pass where he fumbled, it was kind of not the greatest ball, but he still had a great day, no matter what way you look at it on the stat sheet or whatever.
I wouldn't say he had a great day.
I would.
Well, what is your
hasn't had much
definition?
help.
What is your definition of great?
Just, I don't know. He looked really good.
He looked good.
Yeah.
He did not look like a rookie, nor should he. He's already played, 18, 19 games.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that rookie stench should be off of him by then.
over. Yeah.
Right? No doubt about it. I wouldn't say who was great. I think he missed passes that he normally hits on. I don't think he had the ability to run the football like he has been. But he did enough to give you an opportunity to win a football game.
He didn't have enough help.
Right.
The defense couldn't make him a stop. We were dropping a couple passes. It was just Daniels did his part, in my opinion. It was really just the turnovers that killed us, and then obviously the defense, the secondary. I mean, I was one of them who was like, hey, stop Saquon Barkley. And not that Saquon didn't have a big day, but I was one of those, if we're going to get killed in the air, that's fine. Give up the big passes. And we did. And
no, I mean,
Jalen Hurts killed us.
And I think Jalen Hurts remind a lot of people, including yours truly, who, I'm a pretty good quarterback. I've been to the Super Bowl now twice. Like, I ain't going anywhere. He does have probably the best offensive line in the NFL.
Absolutely.
That's certainly helpful. No doubt about it, Saquon Barkley has helped Jalen Hurts. And it's funny because Saquon has been in the MVP conversation all year long. And I think Jalen Hurts has been okay with it. He's been okay with it because you know what? I've got a guy who's been productive. He's taken a lot of that load off of me. There's not a lot that I need to do. But in a big spot yesterday, he did what he needed to do. And Jalen Hurts reminded a lot of people that he's still a pretty good quarterback in the NFL. The question, though, I have this morning, the poll question, if you want to put it up on the X, the Pacer payroll poll question this morning. You could also hit us up via the Tell 'em Kellam talk and text line at 757-497-1310. Was the stage too big for the Commanders, do you think, Suave? Do you think it was just too big? Were the lights too bright for the Commanders?
No, I don't think so. I just think they had too many mental mistakes, man. That's all. It was too much. Like, we all knew Saquon going to do Saquon, but we literally were beating ourselves. Like, when they was up 14-6, we threw it past Terry McLaurin and scored, missed a 2-point conversion. So it became 14-12. Okay, then after that, what happened? Fumble on a kick return, but he didn't even get tackled. He got ran into by Eagles dude, Jeremy McNichols. He fumbles. I mean, then Donnie Brown catches a pass. I don't know, still going down. He tries to stiff arm, and here goes Nick Baum, fumble. So it was just like, and then another thing, Austin Eckler, like J-Lo said, he catches a pass. And he fumbles. It gets to the point like, okay, y'all, what's up?
At what point, Suave, of this game did you throw something at the television? At what point of the game did Commander... And that would be another... Look, throw that up on the poll this morning if you could, J-Lo, the Pacer payroll poll question. Commander fans, at what point during this game did you throw something at the television? Was it Barkley's opening TD run? What other moments were there, Suave, that we could put up on the poll?
The Jeremy Nichols fumble on the kick return.
Was the fumble on the kick return? Was it Austin Eckler coughing it up after he catches it and gets up with one hand?
Yes.
Or what would be the fourth option? There's got to be another option where you just thought about launching something into that Samsung 79-incher that you got at home.
Put an other. It could be anything. Maybe it's the Naomi Brown fumble.
Yeah, you could put it other.
And
that would hurt too.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't hurt too. But you can't turn over the football. So we'll talk a lot about the Commanders and get the people's reaction this morning. Love to get the reaction. The Tell 'em Kellam Talk and text line is open at 757-497-1310. Also, you could chime in on YouTube this morning. The comment box is open at Cova Sports TV, where the Warpath has already chimed in this morning. The morning free agency with Johnny D. Yep. Hey, look, I said it. I said it last week, and it's painful. And he also says, "Chin up, fellows." Also, Dan Malloy chimes in this morning. You don't seem as excited this morning, my friend. I think he's directing that to you.
He is.
I think he was.
He's not directing it to me.
But he's a
on the
Cowboys
update.
fan, so, I don't know why he's even talking.
Great day to be a Cowboy fan. Great day to be a Cowboy
Do
fan.
tell.
Great day to be a Cowboy
Great
fan.
day.
Great day. The Commanders lost.
Yeah,
Great
but
day
the
to be a
Eagles are still
Cowboy
in.
fan.
It's like a great day
The
to be a
Eagles,
Giants fan,
hey, look,
right?
the Eagles are in, but they're going to be taken out of the Kansas City Chiefs. And let me just get this off my chest. And I got a segment. I got a brand new segment on the radio show that we're going to debut, and we're going to do it every single day. And we need to come up with a pre-produced open for this.
All right.
And it's called "Why Is JD So Bitter?" That's what the segment is
I
going
think
to be
that's a
called.
phenomenal segment.
Right? It's a segment on this radio show, and it's going to be in the 7 o'clock hour, but I'll give you a little bit of a tease. Not surprised at the outcome yesterday between Kansas City and Buffalo, as I've talked about all season long. For Josh Allen, I love Josh Allen. The dude is an absolute gamer. He's an absolute gamer, and he plays his ass off every single time he gets under center. And I think Joe Brady is an up-and-coming offense coordinator in the NFL. I think he's doing great things. It is nice to see Buffalo having the ability to run the football and not rely 100% on Josh Allen. Two things. Number one, that final play. I know a lot of people are going to be taking a shot at Dalton Kincaid this morning, and rightfully so. I'm
Hank
sorry.
just took a shot as soon as you said that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he just take a shot
He
this
just
morning on
took
the
a
minute you
YouTube this
said
morning?
that.
Just
There you go.
said it.
Hank chimes in and says, "I'm not watching the Super Bowl. Kincaid, y'all. I will say this about Dalton Kincaid. You got to make that catch.
Absolutely.
Right? You got to make that catch. I believe you're a first-round draft pick. You have really underperformed the first couple of years. I know you've had a lot of injuries, but still, when your quarterback is throwing it off his back foot and you still have the ability to convert on a fourth down conversion that you need in that spot, you got to make that catch, number one. But I will also take a shot at Josh Allen because, again, you're so predictable. They blitz, you scramble right. Shakur is wide open.
Yes, he is.
On the left-hand side. And that's the difference between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, is Patrick Mahomes knows exactly where to go in a situation like that. Josh Allen still has his moments, but I love Josh Allen. It's not Josh Allen's fault, and it's not Dalton Kincaid's fault. It's coaching. And I'm sorry to say it, but at some point when you've lost 8 straight road playoff games, second all time, and you are now 0-4 against Andy Reid in the playoffs. That dude on the other sideline, they have a better head coach. They've got a better defense coordinator. It's Steve Spagnuolo, which I don't understand that Spagnuolo's been doing it for so long. This is such a copycat league. You can't figure out what he's doing, but that's a whole nother thing, right? Something's got to change in Buffalo. And it starts at the top. And when Kansas City hired Andy Reid, they were a dumpster fire. Now, granted, Andy Reid hit gold by drafting Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. And that has made all the difference in the world. But you know what? They've had a lot of dudes that have left. And they've still been able to have a high level of success in Kansas City. Why? Because the ownership does what they need to do to give Andy Reid the tools that he needs to coach his ass off and win a lot of football games. I love Sean McDermott. And I appreciate everything that Sean McDermott has done for the Buffalo Bills because, again, similar to Andy Reid, he came in, Buffalo was a dumpster fire when he took over. And it's been, 8-9 years of regular season success. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of regular season success, like a lot of Buffalo fans are. Thus, the free agency begins. Now, look, I may re-sign with the Buffalo Bills. That's a possibility.
It's true.
That I may re-sign with the Buffalo Bills. But what I am saying this morning, I am a man of my word. You got to be Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs in the postseason. And this isn't just necessarily about Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. That's what everybody wants the narrative to be. This is more a Sean McDermott versus Andy Reid. And nobody is talking about that on TV at all. That's what I don't understand. You're making this about Allen versus Mahomes. This is really Reid versus McDermott. And McDermott, maybe it's something with William and Mary, because between McDermott and Mike Tomlin, they really can't win in the postseason of late. They really can't. So the free agency has begun. We will start the campaign. I may need a week just to kind of get my faculties in order.
Get your contract ready.
Yeah, get my contract ready. But so a lot to dive into on a Monday. It's an overreaction on a Monday. What do we overreacted to? Love to hear from you via the X at Drive Johnny D. You can hit us up on the Tell 'em Kellam Talk and text line 757-497-1310. On the warpath, you're absolutely correct. Is it free agency or the transfer portal? See, the difference is I will enter the transfer portal if I've got an NIL deal waiting for me on the other end. Mm-hmm. Now, look, if somebody wants to throw a little cash my way, I can be swayed.
Ooh.
No doubt about it. If the Baltimore Ravens say, Johnny, come aboard. We got a little NIL package for you. It could be tacos for a year at this point. I don't care. I may take that offer. So just to let you know. Jeez. So hit us up at the chat box this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios. The Morning Drive is brought to you by Better Way Realty and Brian Wurst. If you want the best, you got to deal with the worst. 757-424-9007. That's 757-424-9007. Or visit them online at abetterway.com. Straight ahead, updated the scoreboard. What's next for the Washington Commanders? And guess what? We learned a new rule on Sunday afternoon. We will discuss. It's the Morning Drive. Suave, J-Lo, yours truly. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
On Interstate 664 northbound, an accident has blocked the left lane between the Western Freeway and College Drive. And a reminder that a lift for the James River Bridge is scheduled later at 8:30 a.m. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. From Chesapeake to downtown, drive time is currently 11 minutes, taking Interstate 464 northbound. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
Freshen up your morning with a Wendy's breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator. Ready for a fresh wake-up call? Gotta be Wendy's. Available at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hon, you sure you want to be cutting that tree?
Yeah, it's dying. It could fall on the house if there's a big storm.
Well, those branches are tough to reach. You don't have the right equipment. Maybe you should call Smith's Tree Care.
Nah, I can do it. Just gotta cut back.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. They're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
That's SealiftCommand.com.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
And it feels like the Phoenix Suns are doing their best to try to come up with the pieces to be able to bring in Jimmy Butler. I never would have brought in Bradley Beal. I mean, $50 million. If Bradley Beal's playing out there in the field house here, I wouldn't go out there and see him. And no offense.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on Fox Sports 1310. Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 a.m. and 100.9
Sir, great to be with you. 6:25 on a Monday. Hampton Roads, balmy this morning. What do we got, about 50? Going to be a high of 50 today?
Yeah, it really didn't feel cold at all this morning.
No, let me tell you,
38 out there
yesterday
right now?
was tremendous.
Yeah.
What a tremendous day in Hampton Roads. And, you know, a great day for the NFL. Watch a little football. It is now over. Well, for most of us, it's over.
For 80% of America.
For a lot of people, still an opportunity to win a lot of money in a couple of weeks. So we'll start to dive into that, man. And right now, I believe the Eagles are a 1.5-point dog going into the Super Bowl. So we'll discuss that over the next couple of weeks. And look, if you're a Bills fan, too, my disgust is you're wasting the prime of a great quarterback in Josh Allen. And from a salary cap situation, it's not good at Buffalo. I mean, if you look at the salary cap situation there, Suave, the Buffalo Bills are the 6th worst in the NFL when it comes to the salary cap situation.
Really?
Slightly behind the Dallas Cowboys, which is not good. But if you are a Commander fan, and also for the Bills, that other team that nobody likes to talk about that just hired a brand new head coach and a Mikey Vrabel up there. It's got a franchise quarterback and Drake May. Patriots are the number one as far as cap space goes in the NFL. So that ain't good. I'm just saying. Yeah. These are the things that I'm looking at. But if you're the Commanders, you're 3rd in the NFL when it comes to cap space. So it's going to be an interesting offseason for Washington. I think you hit gold. Frankly, I think you got lucky at some of these free agents. I talked about Zach Ertz. God bless you. I was wrong. Freely admit it this morning that I was wrong on Zach Ertz. He came up big. I don't know how many of those seasons he's got left in the tank. So you got to go out and get a tight end.
Yeah.
What, you think what?
I think he might be done.
You think so?
I don't know. He's up there in age. You can kind of tell at his him getting interviewed after the game. He was kind of emotional, thinking it might. I just think it might have been his last ride. I don't know.
I mean, he said, I'm not 22 years old anymore.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, if he wishes he was 22.
Well, dudes understand. I mean, you get a little bit older, you know how tough it is to get to the spot. You know, Bobby Wagner's probably going to say the same thing.
That's the other thing I'm worried about Bobby Wagner. I think if he doesn't retire, he will come back, but I don't know.
But then he did say, I listened to what he said in his press conference, that he tried to tell people, remember, I went through the exact same thing as a rookie. And that famous clip of me on the sideline, me and Bruce Irvin said, we're not going to be like this next year. He said, next following year, they was in the Super Bowl. So
I love Wagner. He was such a good leader throughout the season, working with the younger people on the team and with Louvu, that duo back there as the linebackers. I hope he comes back.
Yeah, speaking of Frankie Louvu, we'll get to this story coming up here in a little bit. But also the Warpath chimes in this morning. At least we learned that Diggs wasn't the problem in Buffalo. He was a problem in Buffalo, Diggs was. Don't fool yourself. They got rid of Stephon Diggs. They still need a number one in Buffalo. The problem is you got to get a number one who fits into the culture.
He's not egotistical.
Right? And that's really hard. I love how people are applauding A.J. Brown on television now. Telling me how A.J. Brown is such an unselfish guy. And A.J. Brown is not about the stats.
I heard that.
Get out of here. Stop it.
What are we doing?
Didn't he just say a few weeks ago about the issue? Come on, man.
Come on. I have yet to find a number one wide receiver in the NFL who does not have an ego, who does not want the football every single
McLaurin,
snap.
maybe?
Right? Who?
McLaurin?
No, they're all like that.
No.
They're all like that. McLaurin will be like that next year. When Jaden Daniels starts spreading the football around, you'll see Terry McLaurin in about 4 weeks and start complaining. They're going to start complaining, right? That's I thought it was a number one. That's going to happen.
I mean, the only person I could probably think of, maybe y'all can help me with this, it was probably Jerry Rice. This is old school. I never heard it.
Jerry Rice was also. You didn't have social media back then. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So social media, you can't hide. There are cameras everywhere, so they're going to see your reaction. For God's sakes, I got to watch a Buffalo game. Every single time Mahomes makes a play, that camera goes right to Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Right? You see every facial expression. And I will tell you, and I want to get to this rule that we learned about here in a second, but I will tell you that I did, after the game, I FaceTimed my son because we were texting throughout the football game. He is a diehard football fan. Buffalo fan, that is. Mm-hmm. And, he was crushed. That's what he said. He goes, I'm crushed. I don't know what to say anymore. And I said, look, the bottom line is you need to change your leadership. That's what you got to do. Yeah. You can't change your quarterback. You got one of the top 2-3 quarterbacks in the NFL. He does need to get better. I think early on in that football game, he got a little loose again with the football, but then he settled in. The play calling was questionable at times. Stop running quarterback-designed runs to the left. Buffalo has done it all year long. Kansas City knows you're going to do it. You went over the top, straight over the middle one time. If he's at a shotgun situation, he's always going to the right. If he's on the center, he's always going to the left. Everybody knows what's going to happen. You got to change it up a little bit, okay? But we also agree that I think Sean McDermott's a nice guy. Really do, but I'm trying to win playoff games now, Suave.
Absolutely.
That clock is ticking.
Absolutely.
The clock is ticking at Buffalo. How many years in is Allen now? Seven. 8?
Yeah.
8 years in? Mm-hmm. Taking more and more abuse to the body. Something's got to give. The Warpath, A.J. Brown is a clown. How is that not offsetting penalties during that scuffle with Lattimore? I will say this, too, about Marshawn Lattimore.
Man.
I got to be honest, guys. I'm not impressed with Marshawn Lattimore.
Oh, no, not at all.
No.
Not at all. No. I'm not impressed at all. And, by the way, your boy was put in a blender, too. Your rookie.
Samerso.
Oh, Sanders.
Yeah. He was put in a blender a little bit.
I don't know why they had him guard A.J. Brown the most times. And I was looking like, get him off. Get him off.
Because your lockdown guy can't lock anybody down. That's the problem. And he was entirely too emotional for an NFC title game. Mm-hmm. Like, you're supposed to be a veteran corner in the NFL. You're entirely too emotional. Look, y'all have problems. Buffalo had problems too, right? When the guy went out, Christian Bedford?
Yeah.
Who just came off of concussion protocol. Looked like he never left it. Seriously, did you see what he looked like during that game?
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah.
Looked like a guy that was rushed through that. It came back. Once he went down and they put the Elam kid in, forget it. Kansas City just circled this poor dude everywhere he went on the football field. Just picking on him every single time. And then, of course, Buffalo is not smart enough to get out of a man-to-man. And you're just chasing Xavier Worthy all over the place.
That's a shot right there, Johnny. Look what Warpath said.
Lattimore looked like the American version of, okay. Juice. That is true. It's a lot of truth right there. If you want to comment on the chat box this morning on YouTube at Kova Sports TV, even Hank has chimed in. What did Hank say when you all traded for Lattimore? He'll wait for it. He was correct.
Yeah.
He said Lattimore was trash.
Yeah.
He used another word that I won't use.
Yeah.
But I give Hank credit. Hank said it when Adam Peters went out and got a Lattimore, which I still think was a good move.
It was.
Yeah, Hank said it.
It was better than we had.
It's better than what you had.
I mean, if we're gonna Benjamin St. Juice for this,
yeah, it just highlights more and more how badly they need to address the secondary come the offseason.
6:35. We'll get to the scoreboard here in a second, but a little rule that we learned over the weekend there, Suave. Quote, Washington has been advised that at some point the referee could award a score if this type of behavior happens again. For now, it's a replay of second down. That being when Sean Hockley, citing the Rule 12, Section 3, Article 2 of the NFL rulebook, dubbed fouls to prevent a score. The rule, which is yet to be implemented in the modern NFL, states the defense shall not commit successive or repeated fouls to prevent a score. The penalty states that if the violation occurs following a warning, the score involved is awarded to the offensive team. In this case, the Eagles would have gotten a free touchdown. Here's my question, just very quickly. What happens if you're at like the 10-yard line? So I don't know the answer to this.
I think it would just be they'd get cut because at first it'd be a 5-yard, and then they just keep cutting it in half, and by then I think it's because they were on the goal line.
Gotcha.
I think if Washington, which I don't think they would have done it at the 10, but say.
Because there's only so far you can move that ball forward.
Correct. So it's like you have nothing to lose.
I think it would have been great if he was on the 10-yard line. And he kept doing it. And finally the guy's like, touchdown, you're at the 3. We're good. Suave, you're a football savant. Mm-hmm. Did you know this rule?
Absolutely not.
No.
Only thing I ever seen something like this is I know on we play Madden. If you keep doing offside, you get kicked out.
Yeah, you get kicked out.
Seriously?
Yeah, you get kicked out.
If you keep doing excessive penalties, they'll kick you out.
They'll kick you out. Get rid
you
of
get
you.
an automatic loss.
Yeah. I got you. Get rid of you.
Yeah. I didn't know it was a rule either, but to me, it sounded like the referee really wanted attention from the fans. The fact that he had to announce that for everybody to hear. Like I
didn't mind.
It's like a father talking to his children.
Yeah,
he was talking down to you guys.
Exactly.
Oh, no question.
They've been advised that if they do it again, there will be we could vote them as touchdown.
It's like you went on that road trip with your kids, and if I got to turn around one more time, stop this car, I'm gonna be whooping some. Right? That's what it felt like.
It's like a preschool teacher.
It felt like my kids were a little bit younger, and if I got to turn this car around, so help me God. That's what Hockley sounded like.
Yes.
It's fantastic. Lubin didn't care at that point. He's just like, whatever. But this goes back to talking about this tush push. And I think the NFL, that little fiasco on Sunday is going to cause the NFL to look at this rule. It's going to cause the NFL to look at the rule. It is.
Yeah.
Because, again, the Chiefs didn't have a problem with it. I think they were timing up the cadence a little bit better than Washington was. But it gets to a point, it's like rugby, man. It's like rugby. Yeah. And the other thing I told my son, and I don't want to get out of tangent on this, but I will. If you're going to run the tush push, okay, number one, you can't keep going to the left. You can't, number one.
Even the commentator was saying
Number
that.
two, you got to get a tight end or a fullback behind you pushing you.
Absolutely.
Buffalo kept taking their third down back and trying to push him into Josh Allen. It's called a tush push. You ain't getting a push when you got a third down back.
That's a love tap.
Right?
That's a tush touch.
That's a little tap.
Yeah.
Right? That's how you touch the tush in a crowded area type of deal, right?
Wow.
Man. Well, we learned a new rule, but I think the NFL, I don't think it's going to be an overreaction on this Monday to make this comment. And I'd love to get your overreactions on a Monday via the Kellam Talking text line, 757-497-1310. I think the NFL is going to change that rule. I think you will see a change in the offseason when it comes to the tush push. Not sure what it's going to be, but there will be a change because the NFL does not like to be embarrassed like that, too.
No.
The Shield does not like to be embarrassed like that, Suave.
Nope.
Whatsoever. All right, 6:39. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. A light night last night in the NBA. I think, only one game?
It was only one game.
Okay, let's get to it.
And that one game was the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Thunder won 118-108. But over the weekend, how about this? Old Dominion, they beat Coastal Carolina 74-52. Congratulations. And also in hockey, North Admirals, they won. Yes, they did. They only won 2 games out of 3, though, but that's still good. They beat Trois Rivera on Friday 5-4. And then in the Saturday, Sunday, they played a new team. And that team was the Admirals Thunder. They lost on Saturday 6-1, but they won on Sunday 4-2. And as my Spartans, the men and women played on Saturday and both won. Men beat Howard 92-75, and the women beat Howard 69-53. But I do want to tell you this. We had an upset in college basketball. The men, Minnesota beat Oregon, number 15 Oregon, 77-69. Well, in Kentucky, they joined the upset scene too. They lost to Vanderbilt 74-69, and in a 1-point win, Texas beat number 13 Texas A&M 70-69. And those are your scores from last night.
All right, good stuff. Thank you very much. Hank has chimed in again, said tap that tush. Thank you very much. Maybe we need to give a name. Maybe that needs to be one of our poll questions this morning, J-Lo. We need to rename the tush push. What should we rename it? Just throw people out there. But Hank, and have you all seen Oregon's court? Yeah, it's way too busy. They got like the forest.
Yes. It's like the Cup finals.
But a lot of courts are doing this right now.
Yeah.
All right, they got skylines. They got the outline of the state they play in. A lot of stuff going on. Hey, the chat box is open on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. You can follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D. And you can hit us up via the Kellam Talk and text line, 757-497-1310. This segment of The Drive is brought to you by the brand new Bagel Baker Deli. It's opened it up at 7 a.m. this morning, now serving full breakfast. That's right, French toast, omelets, lox, eggs, in addition to their bagel sandwiches. Make sure you visit them online at thebagelbakerdeli.com. And don't forget, full catering menu for the big game and any event you are hosting. A Taste of New York right here in the 757, the all-new Bagel Baker Deli. Hey, straight ahead, we crack open Suave's entertainment page. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Traffic is crawling on Interstate 664 northbound this morning between US 17 and College Drive due to an accident blocking the left lane. There are slowdowns on Interstate 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard, and a reminder that a lift for the James River Bridge is scheduled at 8:30 a.m. today. Otherwise, your morning commute is going smoothly. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
K through 12 public school students. Enter the Thank a Teacher art contest now through February 3rd. Your art could be featured during National Teacher Appreciation Week 2025. Learn more at thankateacherva.com.
Power failures are preventable with a Kellam Mechanical installed Honeywell automatic standby generator.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know
Lab.
Welcome back, 647. It's a Monday morning. It's the morning drive. Yours truly, Johnny D. Suave, J-Lo. Tell them Kellam Talking text line is open, 757-497-1310. Also, you can chime in on the chat box on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Coming up, 7 o'clock hour, the scroll of Cowboy Hank.
Yep.
Can't wait for that. Also, a lot of coaching news to get into. A brand new segment on the radio program, Why is JD So Bitter? Oh, boy. That's all I got to say this morning.
It's going to be real fun.
Right, and then the 8 o'clock hour, the best thing we saw from the weekend, the worst thing we saw from the weekend. So a lot of good stuff to get into. I will say this. Somebody chimed in on social media this morning and said, where was the comment, that Mahomes, this will be the best opponent he's played in the Super Bowl. Talking about Patty Mahomes. Did they not lose to Tampa Bay and Tom Brady? Did I make that up?
No,
just try to remember this.
They lost to Tom Brady.
Did they not lose to Tom Brady?
My man Mahomes was running around like he was a running back and kick return and everything.
I mean, are you kidding me, guy? And Nick Wright, and I had to comment on the X.
Oh, boy.
Nick Wright made a comment talking about how the Kansas City Chiefs, they have only called 3 design runs in like the last year or so. Stop. You don't know. That is not a fact. That the Kansas City Chiefs have only called. How do you know this? Seriously, how do you know that? Mahomes killed Buffalo with his legs like he always does. He's got that ability. He just utilizes it when he needs to. And he ran for over 50 yards yesterday and 2 TDs on the ground, which I would love to see that prop bet.
Yeah.
Speaking of prop bets, just the backup running back for the Philadelphia Eagles was like a plus 2,500 to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that before the game. Thought about jumping in. Did not think it was going to be that big of a thumping to where the backup running back, who nobody can name his name. I can't even name his name right now. I forgot what his name was because I didn't bet on it. But
I know he's from Clemson. That's all I know.
Yeah, plus 25. Was it Shipley?
Yeah, Shipley.
Plus 2,500 to score a touchdown in the NFC title game. That's how you know you just got rolled. If the dude by the name of Shipley just scored a touchdown on you, you know it was not a good day. Still getting some comments on the chat box this morning at Cova Sports TV. Gainwell. Is that who it was, Hank? Gainwell? Was it Gainwell or Shipley?
It was Shipley.
Gainwell is the backup, but he gets touches. Yeah, it was the other guy who nobody knows.
It was Shipley from Clemson because he was a rookie.
Yeah. Also, if Hockley awarded points, he would have screwed up several prop bets.
I know. I was thinking about that. Like, how does that? Does anybody? I guess nobody gets the reward for the touchdown in the stat, right? How does that work in the stat sheet?
I couldn't tell you. I have
That's a
no
really
idea.
Weird.
I guess from a fantasy perspective, if you're still
That's huge.
fantasy's done, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so fantasy's done.
Yeah.
That's big.
But that's so huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, for prop bets, like it's very weird, and it'd be interesting to see if it ever actually played out.
Yeah, so we'll get some more of your comments. Of course, the Pacer payroll poll question is up and rolling on the X this morning, so check it out. The polls are open at 6:49, but it's time once again. Hit it there, Suave. It's time for the old entertainment page.
Yes, it is.
Want to know what's happening outside of sports? Here's what's trending in entertainment with Suave.
Yeah, we got to do it, folks. I got to take a little bit of a break from my Buffalo drama to see what's going on in the outside world that I pay absolutely no attention to. That's why we got Suave here to educate me.
Trust me, believe me, I got to take a break from Washington myself, man. I mean, after that game.
Yeah, but that's all you watch is the Washington Commanders and women's basketball. That's it.
Oh, I do
That's
not,
your life.
I do not watch women's basketball.
Is there something wrong with watching women's basketball?
There's nothing wrong with watching women's basketball. I just don't watch it like that at all.
I think you do.
No, I don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I do not.
I mean, you're on the broadcasts.
Yeah, because that's
you
my job.
You need to be knowledgeable about other games.
That's my job. But as it on freely, not like that. I only watch the NBA like that freely.
Yeah, you're not even watching the NBA.
No.
Anymore. Shame on you.
Why?
What are you doing?
Nobody is.
Nobody. Why the viewership down?
Suave, you need to be more well-rounded in your day-to-day activities.
Yeah, see, I get told this all the time with my high school. I'm getting more rounded with the high school.
Forget you. I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about you right now. We're talking about Suave. I'm not talking about you.
I'm making it relatable.
Please.
No, I don't. There's no reason to watch the basketball when it's going to be the exact same thing every single game. Oh, okay, run down the court, jack up a three, run down the court. Oh, can't play defense. You play defense, you get technical foul.
Posterize
hard
out of
foul.
nowhere.
Oh, you get suspended. I mean, it's the same thing over. It's like whatever, man.
Clock out.
Yeah,
clock
exactly.
Out.
That's what it is right there. Clock out. Clock out. So speaking about basketball and entertainment, there's a new docuseries coming out. It actually came out this Saturday, was its first episode, and we're talking about none other than the Black Mamba himself, Kobe Bean Bryant. The documentary is called Kobe: The Making of a Legend. It's a new 3-part docuseries from CNN Originals document. Now it details. It's a 45 minutes. It details from his past. When it comes to his issues, and we don't want to talk about the issues. Y'all know, I know what Kobe went through in Denver or whatever. But it talks about all that stuff and his plan, his mind, and everything that dealt with Kobe being an NBA icon. The first episode was this past Saturday at 9 o'clock, and they got 2 more coming, February 1st and February 8th, and it's all on CNN. So, I mean, this is the 5-year anniversary of Kobe's death.
I did not realize that. It's been 5 years.
Wild. 5 years, 2020.
Wow.
I never forget the day. I literally was at Burger King with my wife and her friend, and she had a text that said Kobe is dead. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? That's not true. Who said that? She was like, it's right here. I was like, so I started going on NBA.com, ESPN.com. I didn't see nothing. All I saw was TMZ. And I ain't believe it because one time TMZ said that Jackie Chan was dead. And he had to come out and say, I'm not dead. But that day, when it was confirmed, him, Gigi, and the other people in that helicopter crash, that was a sad day for a lot of us, especially for me. I was a big Kobe fan. You know, I call him the second coming of Michael. So to see this right here, I am going to take a look of it, and I'm just going to relive all the Mamba moments, the 81 points, the when him and Shaq went through it, which was funny, all the 5 championships, even down to what happened after he left basketball. So if y'all get a chance, check it out. It's called Kobe: The Making of a Legend. Like I said, it's on CNN. First episode Saturday. The next 2 is February 1st and February 8th at 9 o'clock. So be sure to check it, take a look into that. So that's what's happening in basketball. Now, for all you horror fans, you know, we got something coming up this summer. I don't know if any of y'all fans of it, but it's a big following. Alien. The new movie Alien is coming out on Hulu. It's called Alien Earth. This details Aliens Part 1. The first one, this is 70 years before that event. So if you're a fan of Alien, from all the Alien movies, part 1, 2, and all that stuff, be sure to look out on Hulu this summer, Alien Earth. I know, Johnny, you're not a fan of
No, I don't have any interest in aliens, man. Aliens, zombies, I don't get it. And I wasn't a big fan of it. Is this a playoff of the first movie?
Yes.
With Sigourney Weaver?
Sigourney Weaver, yeah. It's actually before.
Gotcha.
It's supposed to take place before that.
Yeah, why are we always doing this? You did this with Star Wars, did you not? Like, you had a Star Wars, and you had a sequel, and then the fourth one was really the Star Wars before the first one.
Oh, no, I never did Star Wars. I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about
I know
here?
you're talking about. But it's because these is a following. Have you ever been to Comic-Con?
Comic-Con.
You know what Comic-Con is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you got those type.
Do I look like I've attended Comic-Con?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
He said, yeah.
Okay.
It's so many I can go with this.
Sure.
It's so many I can go with this.
I just shout. I just shout Comic-Con when I walk into a room.
I can go. This is too easy. This is too easy.
Please.
I mean, hold on, J-Lo. Hold on. What would you think Johnny D would go as Comic-Con? Please let me know.
Character?
Yeah. Huh?
Ooh.
Yes. What character?
No, go ahead. Maybe like a Batman or something.
No, will you stop? He is so scared to say something negative and disparaging.
I can't think of anything.
Please, I'm like a cartoon character every day. Are you kidding me? I have an animated character every single day of my life. It's okay. I'm very self-aware. There's nothing wrong with it. So you can put that up on the poll if you want, J-Lo, this morning, the Pace and Payroll poll question. If JD was a Comic-Con character, who would he be? I mean, you could try to get some. But by the way, Hank has chimed in this morning, and let me tell you something. Not a fan of Kobe Bryant. Not a fan of Kobe Bryant on the chat box this morning. So if you are a Kobe supporter, please follow us on YouTube at Kova Sports TV.
Wow.
And chime in because Hank has got some nasty stuff to say about Kobe
Negative Hank this morning.
Negative Hank this morning. You think he would be positive, right? The Cowboys hire their head coach. You think he would be excited about the upcoming season. The Commanders lost. You think he would be excited.
You would think.
Not at all. Not at all.
And the Warpath, Johnny probably know who this is. I do know this.
I don't know who this is.
Who would be Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z?
I have no idea who Piccolo
I'll show y'all a picture of Piccolo. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan.
I can only imagine.
I'll show y'all. Don't worry. When the break comes, I'll show y'all.
I think those are fighting words, Warpath. I have a feeling once I see it during the break that those will be fighting words with Warpath this morning. That's cool, though.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all good. It's all
But
good.
that's what's trending in entertainment for today.
All right, 6:58. A reminder, you can follow us on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram and Morning Drive Johnny D. You can chime in via the chat box this morning at Kova Sports TV. Coming up in about 7 or 8 minutes, it is the one and only Scroll of Hank. We will give you the latest on the NFL coaching news. Also, I got to pose a question of what I heard about at a Kansas City tailgate that I've never heard of before, so we'll get into that. Also, 7:30 this morning, we unveil a brand new segment, Why is JD So Bitter? So you don't want to miss that. It is the Morning Drive. Suave, J-Lo, yours truly. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
I'm Dara Getter. Happy Monday. Today will warm up to high temperatures in the low 50s. A couple of showers passing through northeast North Carolina will be possible, and then we're clearing out the clouds as we head into the rest of this week. Plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday and Wednesday with high temperatures as we head into the middle of this week, approaching the low 60s. Scattered showers will be possible for a lot of us as we head into your upcoming weekend. For News 3, I'm Dara Getter. Have a great day.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation and representation. He brings to the table over 30 years' experience in federal and state returns. He delivers personalized, one-on-one service, and he's a certified electronic filer. The IRS likes electronic filers. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service, 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams Lloyd's, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
Accident. They call Top Dog. Any accident, big or small. Top Dog Law.
Calling all Monarch fans. Basketball season at ODU is in full swing. Check out the full men and women's schedules and show your ODU pride this season by cheering them on. Let's pack Chartway Arena this week. Buy your tickets now at odusports.com/tickets. Go Monarchs.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. Buckle up. It's time for your morning drive time headlines with Suave on Fox Sports 1310.
Good morning. It's 7:02, and this is your Fox Sports update. In NFL, the Chicago Bears, they have started the hiring staff's trend. First, it was Ben Johnson. Then it was Declan Doyle as offensive coordinator. Then it's Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator. Now they have Richard Hightower as a special teams coordinator. The Chicago Bears this offseason is not playing. Also in the NFL, we just heard Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, them legs was running as they both had 3 touchdowns as the Eagles reached the Super Bowl by beating the Commanders 55-23. Now that 55 points was the most any team scored in a conference championship game since the 1970 merger. Next in the NFL, it happened again. The Chiefs is heading to a 3rd straight Super Bowl, beating the Bills 32-29. And Kareem Hunt in that game had a touchdown run. Xavier Worthy had 6 catches for 85 yards and a score for Kansas City, which became just the 4th franchise to reach at least 3 consecutive Super Bowls with his 9th consecutive playoff victory. But coming up next on the morning drive, yeah, he's here, he's clocked in, and ready to read. We're talking about the scroll of hate on the morning drive with Johnny D, powered by Cobra Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and streaming live on YouTube at Cobra Sports TV.
Live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios, the official home of the Hampton Roads sports fan. It's the Morning Drive, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310. along with Suave and J-Lo. Here's your host, Johnny D.
Yeah, good to be with you. Hour number 2 on a Monday edition, an overreaction Monday edition of the program. Johnny D, Suave, J-Lo, Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. Can vote on the Pacer payroll poll this morning on the X at Drive Johnny D, on Instagram at Morning Drive Johnny D. And, of course, we are streaming live on YouTube this morning at Cova Sports TV. The chat box is on fire this morning, so love to hear from you. Also, you can chime in via the Kellam talk and text line, 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. I will get to your text coming up here in about 10 minutes. The scroll of Hank. Do we have Hank on the line already or no?
Not yet.
Waiting. We are efforting the one and only scroll of Hank this morning. I cannot wait to hear from a Cowboy fan this morning who is got to be a little bit conflicted, right? Philadelphia go back to the Super Bowl, second time in 3 years, and the Washington Commanders are not. And we've talked a lot about both those games, the Commanders and the Bills. My Buffalo Bills suffering a defeat. And for the Commanders, look, you gave up a 55 spot, which was not good. And I know a lot of people in Philadelphia are kind of taking a shot at Joe Witt Jr. this morning, too. Somebody chimed in on social media. John Kincaid, one of the sports talk radio hosts at 97.5 The Fanatic, and I will repost this on our X this morning, said, someone do a wellness check on Joe Witt Jr., the man who wrote a check with his mouth that his defense couldn't begin to cover. Rookie DC mistake. He needs to learn from his head coach, Dan Quinn, who always leads with class and speaking on his own business only. A lot of truth. Absolutely. A lot of truth to that comment right there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And, rookie mistake. Absolutely a rookie mistake. So a lot of Commander talk this morning. Love to hear from the Commander fans. Don't hide. I mean, look, don't hide. You've been talking that talk all week long. You got to show up on a Monday morning and let your team hear about it. And yours truly, being a big Buffalo fan that I am, the free agent frenzy has begun. That is correct. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I said, look, if we can't beat Patty Mahomes in the postseason, and I ain't putting this on Josh Allen, it starts at the top. I think it's time for a leadership change in Buffalo. And I love what Sean McDermott has done in the regular season, but you are wasting, absolutely wasting one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League right now. He's only got about 3 or 4 years remaining in his prime before that body starts to wear down a little bit. You got to take advantage of it. You ain't doing it right now with Buffalo. And one other poll question that I want to put up there this morning, J-Lo. Why is Andy Reid not considered one of the greatest of all time when it comes to coaches? Like, I see all the conversation about Patrick Mahomes going for the three-peat, Chase Brady. What is he now? Second all-time? I think he just surpassed, tied or surpassed Joe Montana for the most playoff victories. Now he's just chasing that one guy. Yep. And if he three-peats, he could be in the conversation. But nobody talks about Andy Reid. Nobody talks about Andy Reid.
I don't know why, because Andy Reid has, to me, he did good with Philly. I know he went to 3, was a 4 straight.
He wasn't able to win the big one with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Right?
Very similar to Sean McDermott.
Wasn't able to win the big one in Philadelphia. They had to make a change.
He went to Kansas City, and then, as you see right now what's going on with Kansas City, changed that whole franchise around.
He did.
I don't know why. I really don't know why.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Patrick Mahomes. I get it. But who is putting him in a position to succeed? We talk about this with Jada Daniels all the time. Cliff Kingsbury should get a lot of credit. And I was another dude who kind of banged on Cliff Kingsbury a little bit halfway through the year, going, this is the time of year where Cliff starts to go off that cliff. But Jaden Daniels made him look good, and he made Jada Daniels look good. Look, Josh Allen needs a little bit of help, and Sean McDermott continues to get outcoached by Andy Reid in the postseason. Continues to get outcoached, yet nobody puts McDermott on the hot seat. Everybody wants to talk about Josh Allen. And with Patrick Mahomes, everybody gives credit to Patrick Mahomes. Nobody gives credit to Andy Reid. So we'll put that up on the poll this morning, J-Lo. Should Andy Reid be considered the greatest of all time when it comes to coaching. Love to get people's thoughts. You're going to put Belichick up there. I get it. I totally understand it. Andy Reid has got to be in the conversation. And I also hate to say it there, Suave, but that guy at Philly, you need to start giving him his flowers. And I'm talking about Nick Sirianni.
He has to win a Super Bowl first.
He's right there. I mean, you're set. We were about to label Kyle Shanahan out at San Francisco the savior, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to get her done. Now nobody's talking about Kyle Shanahan. Talking about Nick Sirianni. They were 2-2. He has pulled all the right strings. He's pushed all the right buttons. He may aggravate Commander fans. He aggravates me, but I got a little bit of a bromance going. I told you this with Nick Sirianni, and his players play for him. So we may need to put Sirianni in that conversation. All right, 10 minutes after the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the most sought-after segment in all of Sports Talk Radio at Hampton Roads. It is the one and only Cowboy fan scroll of Hank.
3, 2, 1. Time to open the scroll.
I am a little disappointed in our listening audience, man. I would love some more listener interaction engagement when talking about this gentleman. Often imitated, never duplicated. He is a man with many thoughts, has a hard time putting them down on paper. He is the one and only Cowboy fan who is the scroll of Hank. Good morning, Hank.
I got you. Yep.
Good morning, Hank. Okay. Fantastic. Hey, can we mute J-Lo over there, by the way? Nobody wants to hear J-Lo's conversation on the air. We want to hear Hank. That's who we want to hear. Yeah, of course we can hear that. Your microphone's on, you idiot. Hank, I apologize. These gentlemen on the other side of the glass, they do not understand what is going on right now. No, this isn't about you right now. It's about Hank. You're taking up Hank's airtime, J-Lo. Hello, Hank. Sorry about that. Hank, are you there?
It's all good, man. Okay. That's what happens. I am here.
Thank you.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes, we hear you. Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Oh, yeah, Hank.
Good morning.
That's
sir.
like the old telephone commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Stay
look,
focused, Hank.
I understand how these guys are. Stay focused. They're the ones messing things up. I'm just trying.
I know. I'm just you and I just stayed focused.
A G L E S Eagles. Man, talk about a boat race. Good gosh, man, that was embarrassing. But look, I ain't gonna pop too hard on one. They were there. They were
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, well, that ain't hurt my feelings. Y'all can have them. Yeah, take them. Take them off my hands, please. No, actually, be honest with you, I'm glad we have Dak now because we're going to stink for the next 4 years, and I can't wait to watch him see if he can quit again on us. So, yeah, Dak, DAKTRASH. So, anyway, look, Johnny D, when y'all talk about his character at Comic-Con, y'all remember Godzilla's son? That's who Johnny D would be.
Yeah, we looked at it.
Look, dude, we got to move on from the Comic-Con thing. It's because I can't give you any type of input or insight whatsoever in talking about Comic-Con. I can't. Not gonna do
me
it.
neither. But if you ever watch any of the old Godzilla movies, you have reference. But anyway, look, man, I was dying yesterday because I can't stand the Eagles. I can't stand. I mean, I don't hate Washington. But, I damn sure didn't want y'all to win the Super Bowl. And I know I can't stand the Chiefs. But they did it again, and people went all up on X and said, like, you can't let the refs decide. How do they move that ball back? How do they mark it and then change the mark? You even got the guy on air talking about, I thought he got about at least a third of the football. Man, come on, bro.
I don't.
You knew they were going to do it.
Here's what I'll say to this, Hank. I don't understand how you could overrule not one, but two officials who are marking the football. Not one, two officials that are marking the football that is clearly past the line. I don't understand it. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I'm not.
Well, I mean, I think we all understand it. We've seen it before, right? We've seen the pass interference that was called against the Bengals I thought there used to be something called an uncatchable ball. That happened in that situation. So it's just one thing after another. What I got a problem with is it's not just the pushing of the tush. It's that when you grab the runner and start pulling them forward, and it's happening a lot more now, not just in that situation, but on down the field, you'll get a big pile of bodies where everybody just starts pushing in one direction. That's got to stop. The defense already has a hard enough time getting in these stops because the game is made to the point where you can't even touch people. And I will give the referees credit for this weekend. They swallowed their whistles on a lot more stuff. There was a lot more contact allowed, which I love. You know, you can't have two guys running down the field chasing a football and they don't touch each other. That's just too much to ask. And I don't know, man. I was just fed up with the game. I was fed up with the play calling of Buffalo. It's like, when do you learn? Okay, one, change your snap count. Two, on the last play with Kincaid dropped the ball, and it was a drop, but we're not going to hear anything. All we're going to hear is Josh Allen's the first player in NFL history that lost 4 times in the playoffs to the same opponent. But that wide receiver to the side that Josh Allen rolled has to immediately see that the guy guarding him, the corner, did a blitz. But, bro, just run 5 yards and turn around. He immediately slanted to the middle like he had no idea what's going on. That's called a sight adjust. When you see that guy move going towards the quarterback, you just go and get past the sticks, and it's an easy throw for Josh Allen. But nobody made that adjustment. And maybe, Johnny, you're probably right. That goes to coaching. But, man, it's always the quarterback's fault.
Well, and I will also say this, Hank. I'll also say this on that play. Okay. When you blitz Patrick Mahomes, why is it he always knows where to go with the football? Yeah, with Josh Allen again, and I know that was the first time all game that Steve Spagnuolo blitzed. Come on. I mean, you were a quarterback in the NFL now for 8 years. You've got to identify where the pressure is coming from. You had Shakir wide open on the left side. Absolutely wide open on the left side. I just think, again, he struggles a little bit in those situations, but I'm not going to put it on him. That dude worked his ass off that entire Sunday to try to win that football game. It's all coaching. I'm sorry. It's all coaching. And I know Buffalo fans don't want to hear it, but it's all coaching.
I agree. You got to prepare these guys, and I don't know, man. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I got no interest. I don't even care. I care. I don't want the Chiefs three-peat because I don't want to watch Nick Wright gloat for another full calendar year. I can't stand that dude, man. He's always running his face like he's part of the team and junk. But, man, I'm not interested. I don't care anymore. I've seen too much. They've changed the game so much that it's almost impossible to make stops on defense. And honestly, I can't watch it. It's gotten very difficult for me to watch that. I never thought I'd say that because it used to be I didn't care if the Titans were playing the Jaguars. I'm going to watch the football game. But it's just losing it for me, man. The same thing with the NBA. Man, I used to love Magic Johnson. I became a Lakers fan because of Magic Johnson. And now it's like y'all said, the three-pointers just ruin the game. You don't even try to get the ball down low anymore. You don't try to make the center effective. And it's just not basketball to me, so it's hard for me to watch. And then it trickles down to the college game because, again, I go to the ODU game, and they're a combined 6 for 32.
Did you go this weekend, Hank? Did you go to Chartway this weekend? Were you at Chartway this weekend?
No, I didn't.
You did not. Shame on you.
I didn't have any.
Okay.
I know, man. I guess,
Shame on you.
Hey, it's just, I don't know. I didn't really feel like it was going to be a good game, and it turned out not to be.
Not to be, but I had a good crowd. Look, before we let you go, J-Lo, can we please ask our Cowboy fan Hank our poll questions this morning, if you don't mind there, J-Lo, please.
Yes, sir. Our pay, serve, payroll poll questions of the day. Today, Hank, starting out, was the stage too big for the Washington Commanders?
No, they were there. If you're there, you deserve to be on that stage. They just, I don't want to say ran into a buzzsaw because I don't feel like that. I think it's like y'all talked about earlier. You cannot turn the ball over. That set them back. And then, hey, I got one thing. Jaden Daniels, bro, when you're down 13, don't celebrate.
Yeah, I'm right. You know what? I'm right with you on that. I found that very interesting, doing a little Dougie or whatever the hell he was doing in the end zone there, Suave. You can't. You got in time and situation. Time and situation, bro. Not the time, not the situation to be dancing after a touchdown.
Man.
Well, I don't know about that.
Sheesh.
I mean, I'm not sure what a nut bag looks like there.
Yeah.
What's the other poll question there, J-Lo?
It's a bag full of nuts when you go on.
I know what it is. I'm trying to move this segment on, Hank. Trying to get it in before the break.
Hank, at what point did Commander fans throw something at the TV? The opening Saquon Barkley touchdown, the McNichols fumble, the Eckler fumble, or other?
He doesn't care. He don't care.
Stuff at the TV. I know it's not nothing to do with that. It's like I feel for you. Are you that weak-minded? Really? Are you that?
Oh, will you stop? You don't cut him off now. I find that very hard to believe, Hank. Oh, we got to go to the break.
Yeah.
Appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I find it very hard to believe that old Cowboy fan Hank over there has never thrown something at the TV during a Dak Prescott interception. I just find that very hard to believe. Gentlemen, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
With that?
I agree.
No
Come
way in
on
hell.
now.
Stop.
Come on now.
Just stop, Hank. What's wrong with you? All right, 7:20 on a Monday morning. We'll get to some of your texts coming up here in a little bit. The Tell them Kellam Talking text line is open at 757-497-1310. Also got some NFL news and notes to get to with the coaching over the week. Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer is now your new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Are you giddy, Suave? Are you excited? You're excited being a Commander fan.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited that Brian Schottenheimer is going to take the Dallas Cowboys to the new realm. They're going to go 6 wins this year. I see it right now.
Absolutely. So a lot to get into straight ahead. Why is JD so bitter? We'll get into that. A reminder, we are broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios of Virginia Beach. We are represented by the personal injury law firm of Williams Deloche. If you are injured in an accident or suffer any type of personal injury, like when Suave is throwing something at the television and you just happen to step in front of it, my first call and your first call should be to Williams Deloche. 757-547-5555. Visit them online at wd-law.com and make sure you check out their Facebook page for your chance to win a Valentine's Day prize pack, Suave. You got to check that out, man. You're going to hook up the lady this Valentine's Day. Williams Deloche is going to give you that opportunity. So check it out on the Facebook page. Go to the website at wd-law.com or call them today at 757-547-5555. All right, look, straight ahead, it's an overreaction on a Monday. We'll get to some of your texts, some of your tweets. The chat box is open and rolling this morning on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. And we will pose the question, why is JD just so bitter? We'll get into it. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
This morning, traffic is stop and go on Interstate 664 northbound from US 17 to College Drive. Traffic is at a slight delay on Interstate 564 westbound between Terminal Boulevard and Bellinger Boulevard, and there are also slight delays on Interstate 64 eastbound from Mallory Street to the HRBT. Finally, a reminder that later at 8:30 a.m., there is a lift scheduled for the James River Bridge. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in no phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357. and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
Great to be with you. Coming up in about 20 minutes, what's trending with Suave? What are they talking about on social media? We will get to that. 8 o'clock hour, the best thing we saw for the weekend, the worst thing we saw for the weekend. And I'm sure the boys will be very creative this morning with their worst thing they saw for the weekend. Or will we have lazy journalism 101 again? That's going to be the question. Our Pacer Payroll poll question is up on the X at Drive Johnny D. Reminder, we're streaming live on YouTube this morning. I'd love for you to chime in on the chat box if you can. At Cova Sports TV, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for that. Why is JD so bitter? I will get to that coming up here in a second. Also, very quick, before I go to the phone lines, the Tell 'em Kellam talk and text line is open this morning at 757-497-1310. I'm encouraging all Commander fans to call in this morning, Suave. They are nowhere to be found. They are hiding. They're in true playoff mode. They were giddy last week. They were shocking the world when they went on the road to beat Tampa Bay. We shocked the world when we went into Ford Field and knocked off the number 1 seed Detroit Lions. And they are nowhere to be found this morning when you got steamrolled and gave up a 55 spot to the Philadelphia Eagles. Reggie in Newport News on the Tell 'em Kellam talk and text line this morning. Good morning, Reggie. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm just calling to check on my brother Don Suave. I know he's having a bad day after the butt whooping he took last night.
So, Reggie, I'm going to assume that you are an Eagle fan, correct?
Yes, I am a diehard Eagle fan.
Now, I will also ask the question, at what point during the game did you text a Commander fan just to remind them of the butt whooping that's going on right now? I mean,
after Saquon got that first touchdown.
Oh, so right out of the gate. So you're not worried about superstitions or jinxes or anything else. Just right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Wow. Very confident in yourself, are you not?
I'm not worried. I told my brother before the game that be careful what you ask for because you might just get it.
Okay. I hear you. So are you finally ready to give credit to Nick Sirianni in Philadelphia, or is the jury still out on this guy?
I give Nick Sirianni all the praise that he's due. He's a rough coach. He's a real coach.
So how are you feeling about Philadelphia taking on the Chiefs this weekend?
Oh, the Chiefs are owed a butt whooping.
Okay.
They owed a butt whooping, and they definitely earned it from us.
Okay. Suave, were you a fan of getting these text messages throughout the football game? You know me, I silenced the texts.
I did exactly what you did. People were texting me left and right, and I was like, I ain't even respond to them.
You got to ignore it.
I had to.
You got to ignore it.
It was like every last thing happened. This happened. Text message. I'm like, I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm not gonna respond.
Now I will say that's pretty. There's a word I like to use, but I can't. Right after the opening touchdown. I mean, there's still a lot of football left. I mean, you're just kind of putting it out there right away. You felt pretty good, huh?
I really did. But he owes me a bet too. He's supposed to be singing the Eagles song, and he
that
backed
was no
backed
bet.
out on me.
That is true.
No,
that is true.
That first time I did get the bet. This one I told you I would be on radio and say I would give y'all flowers. And that's what I'm doing. I give y'all flowers.
I think you should do the mayor's eagle chant this morning. Not the traditional E-A-G-L-E-S.
How was it? E-G-L-S-E-S.
And also, I'll ask you this. Hey, Reggie.
Put that good singing voice on.
Hey, I'll ask Reggie this question, too, being a Philadelphia fan. All right? Since when did Philadelphia get all these celebrities that are Eagles fans? Just out of now, I know.
Noticed that too, huh?
Look, I know Kevin Hart because you had that debacle a couple of years ago where they would not allow him on the stage.
Yeah,
you remember that because he was too inebriated.
Yeah,
okay. But you got Bradley Cooper, you got Pete Davidson, you got this comedian now who does like these dances that's leading them out of the tunnel. This Gilly the King.
Yeah. He a rapper. He was a rapper. Yeah, Gilly the King. Yeah.
I mean, you got all out of the woodwork. All these celebrities. I mean, the one thing about the Super Bowl that's going to be really interesting is who are you focusing in on? All these celebrities for the Eagles or that girl? Old Taylor, old Swiftie.
I'm going to put it like this. Taylor Swift ain't appealing to me. I'm worried about more of Kendrick Lamar in the halftime show.
Oh, okay.
Because that's more important than her.
All right. How tall is Kendrick Lamar, by the way?
Like what, 5'6"?
Random question.
That's a really random
question.
question.
I know. I finally have paid attention to the commercials promoting his halftime, and they got him strolling
5'5".
across the state. Yeah, he's 5'5". Holy crap! I mean, can we get a pair of Hokas on and lift him up about 3 or 4 inches or something? Wow. That is a small man. I did not realize that's why.
I want to just check on my brother Suave because I know the beating he took made him cry on my shoulder.
Okay, it's okay. We appreciate you.
You're doing too much there, Chief.
All right, Reggie. Thank you very much for the phone call. We appreciate it. We love hearing from the Eagle fans this morning. I'd love to hear from some more Eagle fans this morning at 757-497-1310. Also, I'd love to hear from the Chief fans this morning and Bills Mafia. Because Bills Mafia is right with you there, Suave. You know, Bills Mafia felt pretty good about going into this game at Arrowhead. And I've told you guys this all year. Look, I mean, the wins are great for Buffalo. That's fantastic. You won another AFC East town. Great. Phenomenal. What does it get you? Another day to the playoffs on the road, taking out Patty Mahomes.
Arrowhead Invitational.
Mahomes, that Arrowhead Invitational. Yes, J-Lo. Mahomes, since becoming the starter, are you ready for this? Year 1, AFC title game.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2, won a Super Bowl. Year 3, lost the Super Bowl. Year 4, AFC title game. Year 5, won a Super Bowl. Year 6, won a Super Bowl. Year 7, going back to the Super Bowl. There is greatness there, but I still think Andy Reid does not get enough credit for the greatness that is Kansas City. 7:32 on a Monday. Some more of your comments via the Kellam Talking text line this morning. I will get to your text here in a second, but I'm going to ask that question there, Suave. Why is JD so bitter this morning?
I don't know.
You ask.
Why is JD so bitter?
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
My disgust for Sean McDermott is one reason why. This is not the guy to get the Bills to the Super Bowl. I think everybody in Bills Mafia has to come to the realization now that he is a poor man Mike Tomlin. That's what he is. He's a poor man Mike Tomlin. Look, at least Mike Tomlin's got a Super Bowl to hang his hat on, albeit 18 years ago. He still has a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Tomlin, what he's done recently in the playoffs and what Sean McDermott has done recently in the playoffs cannot be denied, number one. Both William and Mary guys, by the way. We are wasting Josh Allen. You cannot waste a franchise quarterback in his prime. You cannot do it in the NFL. You can't do it with a Joey Burrow. At least Joey Burrow has been to a Super Bowl. He is a guy who knocked off Patty Mahomes in the playoffs. Him and Tom Brady. Those are the only two.
Yep.
Right? Those are the only two. So that's number one. I think we need to start pointing the finger at a leadership change in Buffalo, number one. Number two, what also makes me so bitter is, can we please stop mentioning on social media and on television how the Chiefs acquired Xavier Worthy?
Yeah, I just
Can we please stop mentioning the fact that the Bills, yes, they did during the NFL draft, allowed the Chiefs to move up to draft Xavier Worthy? We all know. I get it. I don't need to be reminded every single time Xavier Worthy plays against the Buffalo Bills. Why did the Bills help Kansas City? I wish it was that easy. Okay? Please stop it. Jim Nantz also mentioned the fact that the Bills helped in them in getting Patty Mahomes. That was the first time I heard that one. Somehow, some way in the draft. I don't know that story. I don't care at this point. I know. Every Bills fan in America knows that we allowed Kansas City to move up in the draft to select Xavier Worthy. Get it. Totally understand that. That's number 2. Number 3.
Who did y'all get, though?
I don't even remember, man, at this point.
Okay.
We just traded back. I mean, that's all we did. We traded back.
Okay.
Obviously, it's nobody of significance because all they keep talking about is Xavier Worthy. Okay. And then the third thing. The NFL makes a lot of money. Do we all agree on this?
Of course.
NFL makes a lot of money.
Of course.
A lot of money.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Why in God's name do we still have manual chains to figure out the spotting of a first down in the NFL? I don't understand it.
It's a chain gang, man.
With all the technology that we have in this world, you got damn drones. You got 42 different cameras for an Amazon broadcast. You're telling me you can't put a little GPS chip in a football and figure out where that football crossed? I don't understand. With all the money the NFL has, 2 things. Number 1, you don't have full-time officials. And number 2, you still have chains with old dudes working them. Chains to mark first downs. And if you don't think that was a big call in the Kansas City game where it was nip and tuck the entire game, that 4th down, overturning that call allows Kansas City to go ahead and get the go-ahead score. That's what it allowed it to do. And I hate to say, look, one call doesn't make a game. Sometimes it does. And it did. And it was a terrible call. And it comes down to 2 officials getting overruled and then a chain gang doing a spot when we got all this technology. I don't understand it. So if you ask the question, Suave, why am I so bitter this morning? There's 3 things right there. That's why JD is bitter on a Monday morning. Let me get to some of your texts. 757-497-1310. I did get a text this morning for the 267. Bradley Cooper attends regular season Eagle games. He was born and raised here. Bradley is our Taylor Swift. Okay. Taylor Swift was born and raised not too far outside of Philadelphia, too. Just for those who are wondering. I guarantee you she grew up a Philadelphia fan. She did not grow up a Kansas City fan. So there you go. Love the 267 texting in. And look, we got to get Bradley Cooper's back. Oh, please. Stop. Enough already.
Okay.
Just stop.
Okay.
Stop.
All right.
Just stop already. Okay. All these celebrities coming out of the woodwork. The 757 chimes in this morning. A Monday overreaction. Lock it up. Mahomes is the greatest of all time if he three-peats. A lot of people feel that way. I mean, Brady's got, what, 7?
7.
All right. But, man, Mahomes has been on a tear. I just said it. 7 years in, dude's been really good. That's what happens when you got the best head coach, maybe, in the history of the NFL on your sideline. The 757 also chimes in this morning. Why is Andy Reid under the radar when it comes to GOAT coaches? Spags is his wingman as well. Look, Spags going to go in as the greatest defensive coordinator of all time.
And he only wants to be a defensive coordinator,
That's
apparently.
it. Yeah. Well, look, he stunk as a head coach. He was not very good as a head coach.
What was the head coach with the Giants?
I think he did a little bit of an interim stint. I think it was the Giants. I want to say the Rams. He was in there somewhere.
The Giants have never had a good team for him to coach, though.
Well, there are just some guys, J-Lo, that are really good coordinators.
Yeah.
Like Josh McDaniels, who's back with New England. Really good coordinator. Not very good as a head coach.
Was good as a head coach.
Not very good as a head coach.
I mean, hey, good for him. He's had a lot of glory with the Chiefs, and he'll continue to have a lot of glory with the Chiefs.
I mean, Hank chimes in, by the way. Taylor Swift is taller than Kendrick Lamar. Well, most people are. I mean,
yeah.
Same time, Washington let Joe Gibbs show up again. Well, could be. And on the warpath, many men in the background.
He's talking about the chains.
Talking about the chains.
The chain gang.
Chain gang. I don't understand it. The 804 agree the NFL will now ban the tush. That was an embarrassing moment for the NFL. It really was. See, that's
Yeah.
The Shield does not like to be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield does not like to be embarrassed. And once it's embarrassed, there will be some changes. So I've also got another text I want to get to for the 434. I will get to that here in a second. But 7:39, go back out to the phones.
Yes,
Tell them talking text line. 757-497-1310. Who do we have on the line this morning?
Come on, say it.
Hey, what's up, Johnny D? Keep your chin up, brother. Keep your chin up. It's okay. It's a misery Monday, but we living right. Many Men, that's the 50 Cent song in the background during your bit. It wasn't about to change it.
I don't know that. I'm locked in. I'm locked into what I'm doing.
Hey, you're locked out right now because you're just being all bitter and everything. That's your prerogative, and that's okay. You know, I mean, it's like you ate stale wings last night, kind of like the Bills did. And,
I know.
You know, we got ran through. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna sit here and make excuses. Y'all brought up a bad spot. I was hot as fish grease when JD celebrated after that touchdown. I'm like, bro, we down. Get off the field. Get your defense back on there. See what you can do.
Yeah, that was a bad look. I will say this. That was a bad look. You can't.
It was.
JD has done a lot of good this year. That was a bad look on JD, number one. And number two, look, Commander fan, let's be honest. Not many people really gave Washington a shot at hell to win this football game over the weekend. And Commander fans, even on a Monday, just feeling good about themselves. It was great. We were there. We had an opportunity. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We got our franchise quarterback. We got a head coach. We love ownership. Magic Johnson, you're our man. Buffalo fans, we don't feel that way. We don't feel that way.
It's a different situation.
Johnny D, is that how you felt when you lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls and everything? And I mean,
There are fight shirts out there.
No. Let's just got no more jerseys yet.
No, that's fine. I mean, those aren't fighting words, J-Lo. This is called adult conversation. We got an adult conversation going on right now, and I appreciate the phone call there. Thank you very much for the phone call this morning. Hey, look, how did I feel? The first Super Bowl, I was pretty devastated because Buffalo was actually favored in that, number one. And number two, I had to deal with my pops, who was a Giants fan. So I felt good for him, but I'm like, you've won a couple already. Like, let a brother
let me
get
get
one.
a turn.
So, but the thought back then was, look, I'm arrogant. We're going to be here again. Mm-hmm. We had a really good team. The AFC was not that great.
No, it won't.
And I had an omen over the weekend there, Suave. On a Saturday night, when I was trying to find stuff to watch, I strolled across the 30 for 30 Buffalo Bills. Right? No. Stay with me on this. And it went exactly to the part of Buffalo getting back to the 4th Super Bowl when nobody wanted them there. Nobody wanted them to get back to the Super Bowl. The team that they beat. When I turned the channel, I kid you not, it was to this part where they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC title game to get back to the Super Bowl. And I told my wife, that's a sign. It's a sign. Now, granted, the Chiefs quarterback was Dave Craig at the time.
Oh, wow.
And not Patrick Mahomes.
I thought I say Joe Montana.
No, it was Dave Craig. But it was not to be. That's okay. Things are changing in Buffalo if I got anything to do with it. But then again, I'm a free agent fan right now. So if Bills Mafia wants me back, they're going to have to pitch hard. I'm going to have to get a good NIL deal. A reminder, this segment of the Morning Drive is presented by SOS. SoldOnSite.com. 757-460-1111. That's 757-460-1111. Does your home have you in distress? Cash offer within 24 hours. Close within 7 days. So don't stress. Give a call to SOS. Hey, straight ahead, more of your texts, courtesy of the Tell 'em Kellam Talking text line at 757-497-1310. Also, we ask Suave, what's trending? What are people talking about on this Monday morning? It's a Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Traffic is congested on Interstate 664 northbound between the Western Freeway and College Drive. And on Interstate 64 eastbound, there's stop-and-go traffic from Tyler Street to the HRBT. Finally, there's also stop-and-go traffic on Interstate 64 westbound from 4th View Street to the HRBT. Otherwise, your morning commute is going with little delays. I'm Peter Cook of Fox Sports 1310.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both, of course. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at Progressive.com.
Power failures are preventable with a Kellam Mechanical installed Honeywell automatic standby generator. Call today to live your Southside life uninterrupted. Yep, comfy house, warm food, hot showers, even Wi-Fi all day. Financing with credit approval. KellamMechanical.com.
New year, new deals at Southern Chevrolet Chesapeake. Huge savings on remaining new 24 inventory. Low APR financing available. Plus up to $1,000 extra for your trade-in. See Southern Chevrolet today. SouthernChevroletRocks.com.
Call 844-255-2475 for details.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight. And you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is The Herd.
Wow.
With Colin Cowherd.
There are some things in your life you can take time with. And then there are a couple of other things you have to act urgently. Like, let's say you cut off your arm with a table saw. So Dallas is now going to get the third and fourth choice on O-line coaches. And there are not many O-line coaches in the league that you even know the name to.
This is The Herd. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Fox Sports 1310. He's live and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, the one thing that Commander fans have got going for them, their Suave, is as Philadelphia continues to win, Philadelphia Eagle fans will continue to troll the New York Giant fans. Since they continue to post Hard Knock videos talking about Saquon Barkley not re-signing with the Giants. Mm-hmm. Like that's sort of a tradition now. After every Philadelphia win where Saquon Barkley goes off. What do you have, 3 touchdowns yesterday afternoon?
Yeah.
And they want to, again, Joe Sheen, the video of him and Wellington talking about pretty much, we ain't got the money. No, we're going to go with Daniel Jones, who, by the way, is no longer on the roster.
Nope.
He's sitting in Minnesota somewhere.
As a backup.
Daniel Jones will be at the Super Bowl, though. He'll be in that luxury box again, rooting on his bestie, Saquon Barkley. You can count on that. Hey, great to be with you. 7:47 on a not-so-victory Monday for the boys and I. An overreaction on a Monday. What do we overreacted to? 757-497-1310. My overreaction, the tush-push will be banned. I guarantee you the NFL will change the rule because they've been embarrassed now. Not the fact that Philadelphia has been so successful with it. Kansas City figured out how to stop Buffalo with it. But the bottom line is it was spotlighted for about 7 minutes on Sunday during the Commanders game where Sean Hockley had to pull the, if I got to talk to you again, I'm turning this car around. Right? I'm going to turn this car around if I got to talk to you guys again.
Like Al Bundy out on the mic. I was like, wow.
That was fantastic. Just talking down to the fans. This is unacceptable. This behavior has got to stop.
It was like, I advise the Commanders, if they do it again,
I warned them. I warned them. It's your second warning. Did he have to ask his wife? Like, did she have to step? Does the wife of Hockley have to step in now and say, look, you're being too soft with the Commanders. I'm going to step in now. I got to be that disciplinarian. That's who I got to be now. Oh, man. Don't make me turn this car around.
That was funny. When he made that explanation.
I was crying.
You don't ever seen an NFL referee make an explanation
hey, man,
like that.
As a parent, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Just frustrated. Told you once. You better stop. Right. Told you twice. Don't do it again.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Go get that belt. Take the belt off. What happens if Hockley took the belt off?
I don't think the NFL players would feel a thing.
Don't make me take off my belt.
Is that allowed?
Hey, I'll tell you what, it sure would be funny to watch it.
Be like in my house, man. I'd be in timeout. Put me in the corner.
In the corner, yeah.
Frankie Louisville, you got to go in the corner now.
You got to go sit in the tunnel.
You got to go in the tunnel.
corner.
Look, you got to go in the corner. 5-minute timeout for you. Go in the corner. That would have been even better. Hockley said, Frankie Louisville is at a timeout. We got to put him in the corner.
Power play.
We can resume play now. Phenomenal stuff.
Unbelievable.
Hey, very quick. Let me get to this text, and we'll get to what's trending with Suave. The 434 has chimed in. Said maybe UVA Hoops should run the tush push there, J-Lo. Seems like the perfect offense for them.
Yeah, I got to tell you, we had serious issues over the weekend with the offense. It was bad.
Let's just get this out of the way. I looked up the stats on Friday, and I don't want to dwell on this. You're like 351st at offense in college basketball. That's like 6th worst at college basketball. You're averaging 62 points per game.
Yes.
Your offense stinks.
Yes.
It absolutely stinks, and nobody wants to watch it. And in fact, somebody made the comment about ODU's offense. ODU is slightly better than you. Like if ODU and UVA were to get together for a basketball game, it would be without a doubt the most boring basketball game this year in college basketball. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it was bad. That offense, there was a whole bunch with it. The offense was bad, though. And then the defense, man, I tell you, Notre Dame was on fire Saturday night. The defense had nothing to show for them. The defense supposed to be the UVA's best part of the game, and it was terrible.
All right. Hey, before we go to what's trending, very quick, if you are an ODU women's basketball fan, this message is for you. We are giving away a pair of tickets for their game Saturday, February 1st at Chartway Arena, taking on JMU. That's right, JMU coming to town. Pair of tickets free for the first person to dial it up right now. It's 757-497-1310. That's 757-497-1310. Giving away a pair of tickets for Saturday, February 1st at Chartway Arena. The red hot ODU women's basketball team taking out JMU. And maybe you'll get to meet Suave. Maybe we get Suave at the arena for that one.
In person?
He is. Well, look, he is the face of women's basketball at ODU.
He's the voice.
Be the first person to dial it up right now at 757-497-1310. Good luck. All right, Suave, can you tell us what's trending, please?
Sure thing.
If it made it in headlines, it made it here. Here's what's trending in sports with Suave.
Yes, sir. Once again, it's your boy Don Suave, and we detail what's trending in sports. I mean, honestly, what's trending is the game from last night. That's all has been talking about on X and social media, the Chiefs and the Bills game. Let's go ahead and start with this first one, though. And it is talking about what you said, Johnny D. People want to ban the tush push. Mm-hmm. See, it said this one was on X. The NFL community is buzzing with mixed feelings about the potential banning of the tush push or brotherly shove play, which is famous by the Eagles. This strategy where teammates push the quarterback forward has become a focal point of discussion on whether it should be banned due to the repetitive nature of potential screw to the game outcomes. So we have one of the accounts says the tush push will be 100% be banned. It's so stupid. Don't let players push the quarterback or whoever takes the snap. It's the worst play in football. Now this part, this person chimed in.
Ben Kirk, former UVA quarterback.
See, look at that. No, let it go, JD. Let it go.
He's a former UVA quarterback.
Let it go.
I love that he's trending on Twitter.
I'm sure he puts that on his business card too.
No. He's a content creator now.
Yes, and he said ban the tush push. It's an illegal formation by the O-line compared to where they typically align. Which I honestly could say it is. It does look like it's a legal formation. And honestly, it looks like Eagles running the best way. But I also heard from Eagles offensive linemen that it's actually not good for them, but they just do it because it works. So it is what it is.
It works, man.
Yeah, but they say they don't like it.
Figure it out, but
yeah,
they're gonna ban it. Trust me, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Mark it down.
And another thing that's trending, well, of course, is the Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl. And which I told you, the only people that probably want to watch the Super Bowl is Eagles and Chiefs fans. Because on the X, scrolling down, literally nobody wants Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. One on chiming said Chiefs Eagles is a Super Bowl. Man. Yep. Chiefs Eagles is a Super Bowl nobody wants. Once again, Kurt says, we are so close to a Bills Command Super Bowl, I can almost taste it. With somebody chiming in, it tastes like bleep. And we'll go from that.
I think a lot of it is just Chiefs fatigue.
Yeah, that's all.
A lot of Chiefs fatigue going on right now.
And then you have NFC East rivals that don't want to see the Eagles win, basically.
And that's great transition from you, John D, because somebody had to respond to that too. Nate Burleson says something about the whole Chiefs fatigue. So let's hear what Nate Burleson had to say last night after the game.
Say this to the fan bases out there. If you're not a Chiefs fan, that's okay. But resist the urge to fall for the narrative that we're tired of seeing them win, that we might be fatigued of watching KC go to the Super Bowl over and over again. You are witnessing greatness, and just be happy that you are alive to be there to see it.
You know what there, Nate? Pound sand. I mean, I don't look. I'm a Bills fan, bro. I'm not witnessing greatness at all. You know, I'm not happy to be part of this moment. I'm a Bills fan. I despise the Chiefs. I loathe the Chiefs because they continue to win. They continue to win football games. They continue to beat my Buffalo Bills. So I'm allowed to feel that way. Forget about Burleson. No, go back to your morning show.
And let's go ahead and honestly, let's go to talk about that. People fatigue for the Chiefs. It's not because they're dominating teams. See, when you dominate a team, like Lakers in the early 2000s was dominating teams. The Bulls were dominating. Even Patriots at times. It's because what happens during the game while people are getting tired of it. I'll literally show a text message, but I don't want us got issues. People were literally saying every single last 50-50 play there was a penalty for the Kansas City Chiefs. Even down to Adam Schefter even said that there's a lot of bias to the Kansas City Chiefs. And he even put facts how when it comes to roughing the passer, it's 0 for the Chiefs, 6 for the opponents. When it comes to other plays, like I think other personal foul, 1 for the Chiefs, 7 for the opponents. This is why people are tired of it, because it seems like every time the Chiefs play, the referees get involved. So when that happens, you get tired of seeing the same old thing. Like the play they probably showing on ESPN Sports Center, which was that play that Patrick Mahomes threw. That was an interception. And at least that's an incomplete pass. But they still awarded that catch to Xavier Worthy. Everybody on social media was like, that's an interception. But the referees stepped in. And this is what happens. This is why people are tired of the Chiefs, because every time something happens, you feel like, oh, they're doing good. Here come the referees. Here goes the penalty. So it gets to a point like, you're not dominating people. Y'all getting by referees and the flags. And that's what happened. That's why people are tired of the Chiefs. Now they got to play the Eagles. And the Eagles had some calls, some penalties that really was a eye raiser. So what's gonna happen in the Super Bowl? It's gonna be the Chiefs versus the Eagles, and the referees versus the referees. This is gonna happen, and this is why one people don't want to see this Super Bowl matchup. And there you go. That's what's trending in sports.
All right, Suave. Thank you very much. 7:58, hour number 2 of the book. Straight ahead at hour number 3, the Power Hour. We'll recap a busy Sunday in the National Football League. We will update the Pacer payroll poll questions. We'll pose the question about Nick Sirianni and Patty Mahomes and Tom Brady through their first 7 seasons in the NFL. We may need to rethink that conversation about the GOAT. That and your texts, your tweets. Tell them Kellam Talking text line is open at 757-497-1310. It is a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Here's a quick weather update from the News 3 First Warning Storm Team.
I'm Dara Getter. Happy Monday. Today will warm up to high temperatures in the low 50s. A couple of showers passing through northeast North Carolina will be possible, and then we're clearing out the clouds as we head into the rest of this week. Plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday and Wednesday with high temperatures as we head into the middle of this week, approaching the low 60s. Scattered showers will be possible for a lot of us as we head into your upcoming weekend. For News 3, I'm Dara Getter. Have a great day.
Pain and Gain, your one-stop shop for all things field hockey. Located in Princess One Shopping Center, Virginia Beach, we carry everything you need on the turf, from black sticks, turf shoes, mouth guards, and much more. Try out your stick before you buy in our synthetic turf area. Pain and Gain. Embrace the pain, enjoy the game.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in no phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
Well, here's what Miller's Home Comfort will do if we can't deliver on our same-day water heater replacement guarantee. We'll give you $444 back from our quoted price if we don't finish the install in 24 hours. I call it our 444-24 guarantee. Because Miller's Home Comfort is putting this money where my mouth is. That's just the right thing to do. No one should have to go without hot water in their home. So, same-day water heater replacement is a must, as are easy payments if you need them. And if we're going to guarantee same day, we got to answer or what. That's what 444-24 is all about. So don't let other plumbing companies franchise you over with slow service and toothless guarantees. Call the professionals at
MillersHomeComfort.com. What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
You're listening to Fox Sports 1310, WGHAM, W265EF Newport News, and WVSP-FM HD2 Yorktown. This is Fox Sports 1310. Buckle up. It's time for your morning drive time headlines with Suave on Fox Sports 1310.
Good morning. Welcome to the Power Hour, and it's your Fox Sports update. In the NBA, Vince Carter, number 15 jersey, has been retired by the Brooklyn Nets. And his number will reside next to Jason Kidd's number 5, which is fitting as they were both drivers of one of the most successful eras in team history. In the NFL, Chicago Bears is getting new staff with a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. And now last week, sources was told that ESPN and the Bears would not retain several coaches for the 2024 staff, including interim head coach offensive coordinator Thomas Brown. And in the NFL, let's go ahead and just put these two together. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23. the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills 32-29. So, in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, once again, it's the rematch from a couple years ago. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. It's Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts. It's Saquon Barkley versus the defense of the Chiefs. And we're going to see what's going to happen in a couple of weeks. But it's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310, 100.9 FM, and streaming live on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. Up next, more from you from the games last night.
Broadcasting live from the OVM with Annie Mac Home Mortgage Studios. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D. Powered by Cova Sports TV on Fox Sports 1310.
Hey, great to be with you. Final hour of the program on a Monday. We call it the Power Hour. Still got a chance to chime in via the Tell 'em Kellam Talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. The conversation about Patty Mahomes getting back to the Super Bowl. How come Andy Reid doesn't get any credit? Also, why is Josh Allen taking all the blame this morning in Buffalo when it should be Sean McDermott? I guess I'm alone on this soapbox, so if you want to chime in on that, please feel free to do so. Coming up at about 8:30, the best and worst that we saw this week. And also at 8:45, I'm going to task J-Lo this morning, find out what people are talking about on social media. Go to the message boards at Philadelphia and go to the message boards at Buffalo this morning and see how they're feeling. Social media has taken a lot of shots at Josh Allen this morning. And look, Allen, there are moments yesterday where he's got to be better. I thought he was rough early on. He settled in. But one thing I do want to point out, and this leads to me saying why there needs to be a leadership change in Buffalo. You're now 0-4 against Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. So can we please put Andy Reid in the conversation for greatest of all time when it comes to head coaches? Okay? Can we please do that, number one? All right. Also, let's point out the fact that Josh Allen, yes, he's 0-4 versus Kansas City in the playoffs. In those 4 games, the Bills have averaged, do you know how much they're swapping?
Probably like 30, 32 points.
Not that much, but up there. 28 points per game.
That was close.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
When you're talking about it in the playoffs. 28 points per game. Allen has got 1,306 total yards, 11 touchdowns, and just 1 turnover, an interception. Okay? Your head coach, Sean McDermott, who was supposed to be a defensive-minded coach, correct? Came over from Carolina, has changed the culture of Buffalo. Congratulations. Love you for it. But you're supposed to be this defensive-minded coach. You continue to get out-coached in every single playoffs. Every year, you continue to get out-coached. Okay. Bills have given up now 38, 42, 27, and 32 points in those games for an average of 34 points per game. And I believe yesterday was the first time, was it all season, that Kansas City eclipsed the 30-point mark?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Let's fact check
Can you fact check that, please, J-Lo, this morning? So stop with the ganging up on Josh Allen. This is not a Josh Allen thing. I made this comment before the game last week. Josh Allen is not the reason that Buffalo has not been able to advance to the Super Bowl. There's been 2 reasons. Number one, Patrick Mahomes is really good, and Andy Reid is a lot better than Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott continues to get out-coached in the NFL playoffs, yet similar to a Johnny Harbaugh, similar to a Mike Tomlin, he gets a pass. Why are we giving him a pass this morning? I don't understand that, Suave. Help me understand.
I have no idea because I was looking at the stats right now between those two. And besides the 2 touchdowns that Patrick Mahomes scored, their numbers are literally almost identical. I mean, honestly. So Josh Allen literally has last night, yeah, he had some trouble in the first. Mm-hmm. That dude played like rent was due. This man literally was balling yesterday.
I'll tell you what, man. Josh, you could see it in his eyes. When he was running, when he took off to scramble, every time, it's like his life was on the line, and he powered through to the first down marker every day. You could see there was no person on that field that wanted to win more than Josh Allen last night.
And I don't think you guys understand that final play where he doesn't recognize where the blitz is coming from, and he totally doesn't even look at Shakur on the left side, which is fine. The throw he makes, like Dalton Kincaid, you got to make that catch.
Yes.
You have nobody around you.
And it wasn't a bullet pass. It would look like a lob.
No, this dude threw it off his back foot from about the 35-yard line to the other 35-yard line. At some point, somebody's got to make a play. Somebody's got to make a play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I'll say about Kansas City is this, which is amazing to me, that with the game on the line and you need to get a first down there, Suave, who do they go to at the end of this football game? Do you go to the best quarterback in the game? No.
No.
Do you go to the best tight end in the game?
No.
Do you go to your wide receiver, who everybody's been talking about in Xavier Worth? No. You go to this guy who doesn't touch the football the entire game, this P. Ryan.
Yes, a former Washington running back.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
First time he touched the ball all game. All game. Flawless, by the way. Flawless. Perfect catch. Turns the corner. Gets the first down. Goes down. It's hard to swallow as a Bills fan. It really is. But Patty Mahomes, I think, and I've made this comment, he is the best quarterback in the NFL. Josh Allen is number 2 in my mind. And I've said it all year long. You can talk about Lamar Jackson all you want. That's fine. Josh Allen, to me, is number 2. But we need to start mentioning Patrick Mahomes in the same breath as one Tom Brady. Not Tom Brady, the broadcaster.
No question.
Tom Brady, the quarterback.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, and so answer your question, they scored 30, but they never eclipsed 30 the whole season.
No.
This is the first time.
Yeah. All season.
All season.
Because the Bills' defense stinks. It absolutely stinks. Again. And forget about who the defense coordinator is at Bobby Babbitt over there. Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded coach who can't coach defense in the postseason against the Chiefs. Let me repeat this. Sean McDermott, who has been on coaching staffs with Andy Reid. You got enough film from this guy. You know what he's going to do. He runs the same damn plays every single postseason with his quarterback. Yet you don't make an adjustment. And don't give me the personnel and we lost the guy that could cut. Okay, nobody cares. This is what you paid the big bucks for. Got to get them over the hump. And I think you need a leadership change in Buffalo. But maybe I'm alone on that. 757-497-1310. Do you agree or disagree with yours truly? You could also chime in on the X at Drive Johnny D. On YouTube this morning on Cova Sports TV, where Warpath has chimed in and Hank has chimed in. He said people were making excuses for Lamar just last week. Were they? For Lamar? I thought Lamar played pretty decent.
I guess he's
except for the
talking about the Mark
Andrews,
probably.
The Mark Andrews thing.
Yeah, look, I mean, Lamar had 2 turnovers last week.
Hank, anytime a quarterback doesn't get blamed, Hank's going to chime in about it. Okay.
Yeah.
We've
if
learned
a
that.
quarterback gets too much credit, he's going to chime in about
Allen,
it.
Goff, and Purdy take shots. There's a familiar theme. Anybody else see it? McCarthy, the Buffalo. Forget about that. That ain't how. We're trying to win in the postseason. And I know McCarthy's got a Super Bowl. I get it. But no. That's why McCarthy is not in Dallas. I don't need another coach that's great in the regular season. I need a dog that's going to win in the postseason. Say what you want about Nick Sirianni. The dude wins in the postseason. Now he's just got to win the big one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right on the doorstep of doing it. And look, I don't want to give an early prediction for the Super Bowl, but, the Eagles, that D is just as good as Kansas City's. That Eagles defense is just as good as Kansas City's. That's going to be just a street fight, that game. But Brady versus Mahomes through 7 seasons as a starter. I'm going to give you guys the resume. You got to try to figure out, okay? Mm-hmm. You got to try to figure out, which will be easy. But one dude is 14-3, 4 AFC titles, 3 Super Bowls. Would that be Mahomes or would that be Brady, Suave? 14-3 of the playoffs, 4 AFC titles, 3 Super Bowls. Through the first 7 seasons as a starter.
I think that'll probably be Patrick Mahomes.
It's going to be Patty Mahomes. You are incorrect.
Brady, because Mahomes
that's
has
actually
been
Tom
more
Brady.
times, right?
Right? You're talking about Patty Mahomes is now 17-3 as a starter in the playoffs. 5 AFC titles.
I thought it was a bit more.
Okay.
3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I had to remember.
So you could talk about the GOAT, Tom Brady, all you want. There's somebody on his heels.
Yes.
And his name is Patrick Mahomes.
I could not agree more.
Whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not. Also, what did both of these guys have that made them successful? Big-time tight ends.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
What were you about? Oh, hold on. What were you about to say?
No, I was just going to say good head coach.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, great
yes,
head
the tight
coaches.
ends.
Not good head coaches. Great
Yes.
head coaches. But tight end play.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw yesterday there is a tight end on one side of the field who continues to get to the playoffs and continues to get to Super Bowls and may go down as the greatest of all time. I don't even see what Travis Kelce's numbers were yesterday. That's the sad part. I don't think he did much to impact that game, but he did enough.
He had 2 catches for, I think, 19 yards.
But one of them was a big one for a first down.
Yes, it
I know
was.
late in that football game. So we're talking a lot about Josh Allen and the Bills this morning, talking a lot about the Commanders, where the boys have had about 24 hours to get over it. At what point, Suave, will you get over the loss to Philadelphia and now move on and look forward to an offseason where you got a lot of free agency things to worry about? However, you got a lot of cap space.
It took me 24 hours to get over it.
No, it did not.
Yes, I'm
No,
good.
it did not.
Well, it hasn't
You're
been
not
24
good.
hours.
You're not good.
Yeah, I was like,
No, you're
I looked at it. Yeah, I was mad, but at the same time, I was like, well, look at it now, y'all. This is what you're seeing right now. This will show you what exactly we need. What we need compared to the Eagles. Eagles went out, and we talked about earlier in the show, Eagles went out and got some dogs for their team.
Mm-hmm.
They got Vic Fangio for the defensive coordinator, Cooper DeJean, the rookie Quinyon Mitchell. They got Saquon. They got Nick Baum, who was literally a special teams player with the Saints. And now you put him over to the Eagles, and it's up for Defensive Player of the Year. So this right here, I'm looking like we got the cap space. We got a better culture environment. So everything that's lining up, I'm like, okay, you know what? We surpassed everybody.
You're not good.
Oh, okay.
You're not good.
I'm not the Buffalo Bills.
No. You're not good.
Okay.
You may say you're good, but deep down inside, you're hurting. And you should be hurting.
Why? It was just a
Because you're a typical Commander fan who's got a little bit of arrogance today to say, hey, we got a quarterback, we got a head coach, we got a good owner, we're going to be there again.
Oh, I ain't say all that.
Well, I mean, that's what you got to understand in the NFL. They said it in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow.
Yes.
What has happened the last couple of years? He hasn't even sniffed getting to it. When you got an opportunity, you got to seize that opportunity. And you were right there. Is Jaden Daniels going to be as good next year as he was this year? Don't know. Don't know. You got tape on him now.
Yeah.
Right? You got a lot of tape on him now. I will say this. We're going to see how good this Commanders organization is because you got to surround him and you got to get better defensively.
Absolutely.
Right? And one thing we learned after this weekend, Marshawn Lattimore's trash. I'm sorry. Bro, he every big time wideout he's gone against has owned him. Mike Evans undressed him in that game, right? And A.J. Brown owned him in that game to where they took him off of A.J. Brown.
Put on Mikey.
I saw the memes on X were phenomenal from the internet talking about Mike Evans sitting on his couch watching Lattimore get in a scuffle with A.J. Brown.
Yeah. I mean,
it's hilarious.
It was funny, but again, that guy, he's supposed to be your
really
lockdown guy.
What Washington's going to do with Lattimore? Because we still have him for another year, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to trade, cut him? I don't even know if people will trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
They might because of the injury history. I wonder if they're going to cut him or if they're going to try and keep him as a different, maybe not a number one corner, try and utilize him elsewhere. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, Vic Fangio has been a huge upgrade. We mentioned this on Friday, I think it was, that since week 5, Philadelphia has had 30 takeaways. Mm-hmm. And you had, 4 more over the weekend? Mm-hmm. And a lot goes to Philadelphia for that coaching staff and to Vic Fangio, which would be great. Wish I had him in Buffalo, but I don't. But at what point, Suave, do we need to give credit to Nick Sirianni? Is Nick Sirianni the best coach in the NFL not named Reid? Outside of Andy Reid, it is hard not to say Nick Sirianni is not the second best coach in the NFL. It's hard to say it. He's been to 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls, my man. You're talking about regular season. It was a disappointment when they won 11 games and lost in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
This guy. Are you ready to put Sirianni up there with Andy Reid as possibly the 2 best coaches in the NFL?
Yeah, I say he could be top 5, but I mean, it's hard to really just say that he's up there. I know he's been to the Super Bowl twice in three seasons, but he has to win one.
Yeah, but I know it's hard for you as a Commander fan to understand this, though. They collapsed last year. They lost 6 or 7 down the stretch. Lost in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They could have easily folded the tents. They came out, 2-2 this year.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people calling for his job, wanting him to mess up in Philadelphia so they could get a Bill Belichick in there or whoever.
That's just Philly
but
fans.
Here he is again on the mountaintop with Andy Reid. At some point, we got to applaud him and say, you know what? He is one of the best head coaches in the NFL.
Yeah, I said top 5, maybe I give him top 5, definitely, without question. I give him his flowers for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
J-Lo, do you agree? Are you ready to give Nick Sirianni his flowers? Keep in mind, yours truly announced about week 5 that I had a developing bromance with Nick Sirianni, and both of you laughed at me. You both laughed at me.
I'd say I agree with Suave, top 5. In my opinion, I wouldn't say number 2, but then I start to think about other head coaches who goes at number 2, and you can't really think of
So
one.
I'll
that goes
ask
at
you
number
both
2.
this question. Would you do a trade hypothetically today? And I'm not saying this would ever take place. We're just having friendly conversation. Yep. Dan Quinn for Nick Sirianni.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
You're both crazy.
No.
You're both absolutely crazy.
Well, we know you would take Sirianni over McDermott.
Absolutely.
We already know that.
I'd take Sirianni tomorrow. I'd take Sirianni tomorrow. Why would I not? I'd take Vic Fangio right now. You can be the head coach if you want. If you can bring that defense with you, God bless you. I'm all about that. All right, 8:20 on the program. Hey, first person to dial it up right now, it's 757-497-1310. We are giving away a pair of tickets to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band. Is that correct? Am I pronouncing this correct?
Yes.
Tedeschi
Use your contest
Trucks Band. Friday, May 16th. The Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater. Can you also put this up on the social media there, J-Lo, so people could see what I'm talking about if you don't mind? So we are giving away a pair of tickets. It's Friday, May 16th. But we got a little bit of a pre-sale going on right now. Tickets will be emailed to winners closer to the show date. But a pair of tickets for free to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band coming up at the Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater on Friday, May 16th. Hey, people, it's free. Free. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
All you need to do, be the first person to dial it up right now, 757-497-1310, and these tickets are yours. Simple as that. Hey, a reminder, broadcasting live from the OVM Financial Studios here in glorious Virginia Beach. We are serviced by Kellam Mechanical. Tell them Kellam Plumbing this winter. Pipes could become an issue. Make sure you get them checked out ASAP. You could schedule an appointment today at kellammechanical.com. The best thing we saw this weekend, the worst thing we saw this weekend. Straight ahead, it's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Traffic is congested on Interstate 664 northbound between the Western Freeway and College Drive. And on Interstate 64 eastbound, there's stop-and-go traffic from Tyler Street to the HRBT. Finally, there's also stop-and-go traffic on Interstate 64 westbound from 4th View Street to the HRBT. Otherwise, your morning commute is going little delays. I'm Peter Cook of Fox Sports 1310.
A riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive, them both, of course. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at Progressive.com.
Power failure is preventable with a Kellam Mechanical installed Honeywell automatic standby generator. Call today to live your Southside life uninterrupted. Yep, comfy house, warm food, hot showers, even Wi-Fi all day. Financing with credit approval. Kellam, KellamMechanical.com.
New year, new deals at Southern Hyundai Chesapeake. Huge savings on remaining new 24 inventory like Santa Fe. Up to $1,000 extra for your trade-in. Plus, America's best warranty, 10-year, 1 Insurance. See Southern Hyundai today. SouthernHyundaiChesapeake.com.
844-255-2475 for details.
Fellas, the game's coming up, and your significant other isn't quite as thrilled as you are, especially since you've been watching football for months. With Valentine's Day around the corner, Long Jewelers has the answer to get you out of the doghouse with their 46th annual clearance sale from January 25th through February 8th. Save 30 to 70% on everything. Watches, necklaces, bracelets, you name it. Score big and show your love for them at the Long Jewelers clearance sale.
If you're looking for diamonds, you belong at Long Jewelers.
Calling all Monarch fans, basketball season at ODU is in full swing. Check out the full men and women's schedules and show your ODU pride this season by cheering them on. Let's pack Chartway Arena this week. Buy your tickets now at odusports.com/tickets. Go Monarchs!
Let me steal an average take from Alan. The Ben Maller Show. Liam Cohn pulled the ultimate power play. Because we're told that not only will he make essentially the same money as Ben Johnson in Chicago, but he gets to handpick his GM with the Jags. How about that?
Ben Maller. The Ben Maller Show from 2 to 6 a.m. on Fox Sports 1310. The new home for the Hampton Roads sports fan. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D, along with Suave and J-Lo on Fox Sports 1310 and live on Cova Sports TV.
Yeah, great to be with you on a Monday, 8:26 Morning Drive. Yours truly, Johnny D, Suave J-Lo. That is correct. I showed up on a Monday. On a not-so-victory Monday for my Bills Mafia. The boys are here as well.
Yeah, we here.
On a not-so-victory Monday for Commander fans. It was amazing, though, when you think about this, Suave. You got two fan bases that both lost their title games. Yet the reaction on a Monday is a lot different, right? Commander fans, you're a little bit disappointed, right? But you're feeling good about your future.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? Feeling upbeat. It's okay. A lot of people did not expect us to be here. 12-5 after what, a 4-win campaign. Feeling good about it.
And then
there's Bills Mafia. Yours truly. Who has made the announcement, and I made this last week, that if we can't beat Patty Mahomes, yours truly will enter the transfer portal.
Wow.
I will become a free agent fan. Does not mean I will not re-sign with the Buffalo Bills, but you're going to have to earn it. You're now going to have to earn my fandom. I got to see what changes you're going to make in the offseason. And look, I applauded them for getting rid of Stephon Diggs. A lot of people did not. I'm like, I get it. I totally understand it. Josh Allen cannot take that next step with a guy who is a selfish wide receiver. And that's what Stephon Diggs is. And a lot of people at the beginning of the year thought, hey, look, Buffalo's going to be the third best team in the AFC East behind those New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. And they exceeded expectations, no doubt about it, winning the AFC East, winning some regular season games against Kansas City, against Detroit, right? Big playoff win against Baltimore, no doubt about it. That was a must win for Josh Allen to get that done. But as he mentioned in the postgame yesterday, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And that man is Patrick Mahomes. But I think it's unfair, I will say again. And maybe you agree or disagree. I'll open up the Tell 'em Kellam Talk and text line this morning at 757-497-1310. And you could agree with me or you could disagree with me this morning that I don't think it's all on Josh Allen. And I think right now Sean McDermott's getting a pass. And I don't understand it. I don't understand that all these people just had this love affair with a head coach who continues to lose in the postseason. And if we're going to put Mike Tomlin up on that pedestal and start criticizing Mike Tomlin, you got to put Johnny Harbaugh up there too.
Absolutely.
Because if you're going to blame Lamar Jackson, you got to blame the guy that's coaching Lamar Jackson as well. And the other guy that we're going to put up there sooner rather than later, I guarantee, is going to be Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be Jim Harbaugh. No doubt about it. He's going to be up there as well. A lot of blame on Justin Herbert. He really hasn't done, but Harbaugh is going to start getting some of that blame. But I think, look, Josh Allen is not the reason Buffalo continues to come up short in the postseason. It squarely falls on that defense. And who's running the defense? It ain't Leslie Frazier. It's not Bobby Babbitt. It's Sean McDermott. Why are we giving Sean McDermott a pass this morning? 757-497-1310 if you want to chime in. You could also hit us up on the X this morning at a Drive Johnny D. All right? Just I got to get that off my chest, man. I don't understand.
I get it.
All right.
I don't understand
right.
it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Side note, too, before we get to the best thing we saw this weekend, the worst thing we saw this weekend. You guys did see that Pete Carroll got hired by the Raiders over the weekend. 6 years of age?
Yep.
But he don't act it.
No.
Dude's got some energy. He looks better than me. Man, I'm 52. I look like I'm 80.
I seen his practice. He'll get the ball, start throwing that ball left and right. I was like, okay.
By the way, Hank has chimed in again on YouTube. Look, trade Dak for Josh Allen. Both need fresh starts. Stop it. I mean, what are we doing?
You're not having none of that?
I mean, at some point, Hank, we're going to ban you from any trades on our comment box
The minute
on YouTube.
he mentions the trade, boop, hang up.
Boom, done.
Okay.
I mean, stop. He'll get rid of Dak Prescott for a cup of coffee right now.
A bag of chips.
In Dallas. He don't care. But you could chime in on the comment box on YouTube at Cova Sports TV. But Pete Carroll getting hired for the Raiders. Have you looked at the coaches in the AFC West now?
So there's Pete Carroll,
So you got Pete Carroll's got
Andy
a Super Bowl,
Reid.
right? You got Andy Reid, we know him.
Jim Harbaugh.
It's Jim Harbaugh, who is supposedly one of the best coaches in all of football.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you got Sean Payton.
Who's won a Super Bowl as well.
So 3 Super Bowl winning coaches in the AFC West except for one.
The AFC West is loaded when it comes to coaches. So, God bless Andy Reid. He continues to do it and continues to outcoach everybody who comes up against him. But now you got Pete Carroll twice. Now you got Jim Harbaugh twice. Now you got Sean Payton twice. It's not getting any easier. But let's look at the NFC East, shall we?
Why?
Outside of Sirianni and Dan Quinn, old skinny Brian Dable still in New York. Although, watch the Giants. They're going to be all in this offseason. When dudes know their jobs are on the line, they tend to spend a lot of money. A lot of money. The Giants are going to overspend this offseason. They have to.
Of course.
Right? It's win now or go home. And they're going to be drafted a quarterback. Probably going to be Cam Ward. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas. Hey, very quick, both of y'all, your thoughts on old Brian Schottenheimer in Dallas. Any thoughts?
I really don't have any thoughts, to be honest.
Does it scare Commander fans?
It doesn't really scare me, but it also doesn't. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I looked at it and I was like, okay, like, the good for you, Dallas. You got your hire. I mean, you can't really. I told this to some people the other day. You cannot judge hires based on when they first happen. And I say this because I'll be the first to tell you, when the Commanders hired Dan Quinn last year, I was one of those who was against it. I didn't like that Dan Quinn hire.
But J-Lo, here's the difference, okay? Dan Quinn at least had a little bit of pedigree.
Yeah.
Getting to the Super Bowl.
He got to the Super Bowl.
Winning some playoff games, right?
One with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. You're talking about a guy who I believe he was on the coaching staff, but did he do anything in Dallas?
I don't know.
And you know what, Johnny D? That's why you just took my answer right there. Like,
who?
No, Schottenheimer, really? My question is, will the players respect him as a head coach? You see Sirianni, the players respect him. Will you respect Schottenheimer as a head coach? Because was the offense really the issue? Was the defense the issue? So it's all about, would the players respect him?
I mean, Mike McCarthy called the plays the last 2 years at Dallas, not Schottenheimer. I mean, this dude's been around, 51 years of age, got an offensive background, been an offense coordinator at 5 places, including 1 year in Georgia, believe it or not. But look, I saw this hire and I just went, okay, another puppet.
Pretty much.
Perfect. Another puppet for Jerry Jones. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's another puppet for Jerry Jones. All right. 8:33, the best thing we saw for the weekend, the worst thing we saw for the weekend. Suave, you want to start on this one?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. Probably the worst thing. I don't even know if we're going to put it on our ads account, but if we do, I'll see Johnny go ahead and do it. Did you hear about the story about the Lyft driver?
Oh, no. I did see this. Did you see it, Johnny?
No, I did not.
Oh, no. So there's a report coming that a Lyft driver refused to give a passenger a ride. You know why, Johnny D?
Why?
Because of her size.
Was she a big woman or a little?
You can
woman?
go look it up.
Yeah,
And,
she was a big one.
You can judge based on what you describe as big.
She was a big one. Like, she got a whole picture of how she looked and everything. And the Lyft driver saw her come. He said, no, not in this one.
Really?
Yes.
Are you allowed to do that?
Not really.
That's what everybody's discussing right now.
Exactly.
It is his car.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, what type of car are we talking about? I mean, are we a
talking a
low
nice
rider?
car?
Well, we're talking about, are we a low rider? Are we a jacked up truck? What are we talking about?
Usually with Lyft drivers, they always have requirements.
Sure.
You know, you got to have at least a 4-door, multiple seater. So maybe the fact that he probably didn't have a right size car for her. But then again, I think as a rider, I don't know about Lyft. I know Uber, you could order an XL.
So are you trying to say she should have chose the option of like a Lyft XL?
Yes.
Or Uber XL?
Uber XL, yeah. We're going to go from there.
Did she select compact just to make herself feel good?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's ways you can do it. I know I seen on Uber. I don't know Lyft, but Uber you can do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was one of the worst things I've seen.
It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's no shot at anybody, I promise. But
Hank commented in saying, "Dang, she fine."
She fine.
No.
Fine.
And little Hank going foot next. It's gonna be a low rider when she hops said, "Yo, Hank, there you go."
Well, that's one of the problems. Look, it's on her though. If you know you're big boned, and you select compact or share a ride, shame on you. Look, I'm 6'6", 250. If I were to select an Uber and I'm going compact, that's on me.
Yeah, it is.
What am I going to expect? She
She
don't want to pay the money for the XL, but she ain't self-aware. That's on her. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean.
I'll get you in a dirty dozen, man.
What, am I wrong? No,
you're not wrong. You're not
Come
wrong.
on.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. And the good thing I saw, I don't know if you've seen it on the New York Knicks game. The Mets players were there, and they booed them out the building.
Yeah.
And the reason I like that because it still showed that they say this is still Yankees town, and we don't respect the Mets, and you in Yankees field. So they booed them, and then pretty much got him out. And then another thing that was also good was the fact that Vince Carter getting his jersey retired. So now Vince Carter got 2 franchises.
How long did he play with Brooklyn?
It was when it was in New Jersey. It was like maybe about 4 years.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but it was kind of nice that he got his jersey retired with the Raptors and the Nets. I won't be surprised if he get retired with the Dallas Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
He played 20 years in the NBA. You can get jersey retired with every franchise he was with. But those are my good and bad for the week that I saw.
All right, J-Lo, best and worst.
All right, so I'll start with my worst because I think my best is a little better, but my worst, I mean, it's not very creative. The offsides on the tush push that happened multiple times. Seeing Frankie Louvu. Did you guys see the memes of the guy who jumps over the judges?
Yes, those are the best memes. In fact, I reposted those on the X. That dude jumping over the judges.
It looks so identical. The way he leaped over. Man. Oh man. So it was a tush push situation with Frankie Louvu. I mean, to be honest, it was just a joke. I mean, everything that was happening with that. And then also, to stay with that for the worst, that fumble by Josh Allen when he leaped over the line. Mm-hmm. And I think Buffalo ended up recovering, or I don't remember who recovered it. Regardless, he leaped over. It was a phenomenal leap, by the way. He looked just like Frankie Louvu leaping over the line. Then he lost the ball, and it was a whole mess. That was my worst. The good thing, and I'm not a fan of the Eagles. I strongly dislike the Eagles. However, I will give flowers to Saquon Barkley. You see the pregame interview he did with the reporter about his life. His life feels like a movie right now. The season feels like a movie. He doesn't want it to end.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's starting to wear me out too. I'm not buying this act with Saquon Barkley.
I understand where you're coming from because for a long time I didn't either, but.
Everybody loves Saquon.
I'm mixed.
Everybody loves Saquon.
I'm not a big fan. I mean,
honestly,
it was a good story.
It is good, and I hate that he had to go to the Eagles because Giants did do him dirty. This guy was one of the best running backs when he was healthy. One of the best running backs. But you say, nah, I'm going to go with Daniel Jones over here. And I'm going to give him the bag. He's going to lead Giants to the promised land. Saquon, you can get out of here. We don't care about you.
I think Saquon needs to be thanking the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Giants did him a favor. I mean, Giants were not going to the postseason this year. Giants did him a favor. They gave him an opportunity. Look, they gave him an out to where the fans could have used it against him. Like, the fans are like, hey, we get it. If they're not going to resign you, that's on them, not on you. So he got an out. Not only did he get it out, he got to go to the best place possible. Best offensive line in the NFL. Like, if I was Saquon, I'm sending the Giants a Super Bowl ticket. Come support your brother.
Man. Johnny, your best and worst?
Go ahead, Johnny.
My best from the weekend that was, look, I know we all got a little football pudding on the brain right now, but college basketball was really good on Saturday.
Yes,
I mean, there were a lot of good games.
Yeah, I watched some during the evening.
Man, Cooper Flagg at Duke against Wake Forest was an absolute rock fight.
Did you see UNC Boston College?
Can I finish again?
My apologies.
Can I finish again? I mean, I've got like 7 that I wanted to highlight from this weekend. Look, there it is there, J-Lo, if you want to know. It's on the rundown, too. My favorite was Houston at Kansas going to double overtime. Trey Johnson, true freshman out of Texas. You're going to hear a lot about this kid at 30 and their comeback win over Texas A&M. You had Auburn, Tennessee was an absolute slugfest. How about the ODU men? Suave, you mentioned it. Got a big W. Biggest crowd of the year at Chartway over the weekend. All right, J-Lo, answer the question now.
No, I was just saying, did you see the Boston College UNC game?
No, I did not.
Oh, well, it was a very good game.
I'm sure it was, but it's not on my best that I saw for this weekend. I mean, there was a lot of big-time basketball this weekend. Sean Miller, by the way, is doing a great job as Xavier. And nobody's talking about him. They knocked off UConn, which has lost, 6 games now. So a fantastic weekend of college basketball. And I apologize, J-Lo. I did not see the UNC and Donald Ham play.
Yes, he actually went really good. I didn't see his final stat line, but he was going buck wild.
Did he? Okay.
Multiple threes.
Find that out for me, please.
They went to overtime.
Can you find that out?
Yes.
Let me know what Donald Ham Jr. did. The worst from the weekend, look, I could talk all day long about the tush push. I could talk all day long about why the NFL is worth billions of dollars, yet they still have chains to mark off the first down. I'm going to go in a total different direction, and Suave can appreciate this. The WNBA continues to show once again why they are the worst run professional organization in sports. Why is the WNBA releasing a trade during the NFL playoffs?
I know.
What are we doing?
You can't wait to announce it.
What are we doing? You can't wait until a Monday evening to tell me my girl Kelsey Plum is getting traded to the LA
Kelsey
Sparks.
Who?
Come
Stop
on.
it.
What are we doing here? The WNBA continues to be the worst run organization in all of pro sports. No doubt about it. You got to know your audience. Time and situation. We talk about this all the time in basketball with high schoolers. You got to understand time and situation. The WNBA, if you want to release breaking news on a trade, why don't you tell your people, hey, can you just sit on this for about 24 hours and let the NFL playoff fatigue
I guess they ain't learned
settle
from college
in?
football.
No, they didn't.
No, not at all.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
all right, that's going to do it for the best and the worst that we saw from this past weekend. Hey, a reminder that broadcasted live from the OVM Financial Studios, this segment of the Morning Drive brought to you by Pacer Payroll Solutions, boys. Tax season is here. Trust the experts at Pacer Payroll to make sure your business is compliant and your employees are your first priority. HR and payroll is hard. Lean on the experts at Pacer Payroll for help. Pacer.com. That's PAYSERV.com. Or call them today at 757-407-7023. Make payroll and HR painless with Pacer. Do we have somebody on the phones there, Swell?
Yes, we do. We're going to do it after the break, though.
Going to do it after the break?
Yes, we are.
All right, we'll do it after the break. Your phone calls, your texts, your tweets as we wrap it up on a Monday edition. It's the Morning Drive.
Fox Sports 1310 traffic.
Traffic is locked up on Interstate 64 westbound between the Greenbrier Parkway and Indian River Road. And on Interstate 464 northbound, look out for stop-and-go traffic between Main Street and Interstate 264. Expect slowdowns on Interstate 264 eastbound from Court Street to the Berkeley Bridge. And a reminder that there is a lift for the high-rise bridge scheduled at 9:30 a.m. I'm Peter Cook on Fox Sports 1310.
A place of your own. Virginia Housing makes it possible with homeownership loans, grants, and free classes. Learn more at virginiahousing.com.
You're right, and I'll agree. It does sound too good to be true, but offering you affordable treatment that alleviates pain, which really does work, that we've seen in most cases, insurance paid for in full, is a definite reality. It's pain relief, really. And these are FDA-approved treatments. They're safe and proven to reduce inflammation and alleviate pain. Yeah, you'll have to get a couple of shots, and I know that can scare people, but the needle is extremely small. And after giving shots like this hundreds of thousands of times, you'll see we make it very easy. You're going to feel the relief that our powerful pain relief agents give you. They're pain relief drugs that solve pain problems. And the way I feel is that Rejuvenex should be the first stop for anyone living with pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. At $65 per joint, per injection, it's probably the most affordable pain relief option available that actually works.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Google reviews will tell you more.
Fellas, the big game's coming up, and your significant other isn't quite as thrilled as you are, especially since you've been watching football for months. With Valentine's Day around the corner, Long Jewelers has the answer to get you out of the doghouse with their 46th annual clearance sale from January 25th through February 8th. Save 30 to 70% on everything: watches, necklaces, bracelets, you name it. Score big and show your love for them at the Long Jewelers clearance sale.
If you're looking for diamonds, you belong at Long Jewelers.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Power failures are preventable with a Kellam Mechanical installed Honeywell automatic standby generator. Call today to live your Southside life uninterrupted. Yep, comfy house, warm food, hot showers, even Wi-Fi all day. Financing with credit approval. Kellam, KellamMechanical.com.
Looking for money talk? You can find it now on 97.3 HD2. You'll get the latest from Main Street and Wall Street from Bloomberg and The Ramsey Show. That's Money Talk on 97.3 HD2. Listen live, online, anytime at foxsports1310.com. With the best lineup in sports talk radio 24/7, 365. This is Fox Sports 1310. This is the Morning Drive with Johnny D on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back. Wrapping it up on a Monday edition, an overreaction Monday edition. Still got a couple of minutes if you want to chime in via the Tell 'em Kellam Talking text line at 757-497-1310. If you missed any of the great segments, The Scroll of Hank, Why is JD So Bitter, you could go to our YouTube page at Cova Sports TV and check it out when we post it a little bit later on this afternoon. We're going to update the Pacer payroll poll questions coming up here in a little bit. PAYSERV payroll.com is their website. Hey, we got a caller?
Yes, we do.
Is it time once again at 8:47 on a Monday?
Yes, it is.
I appreciate this man showing up. It's time once again for the morning dump. Good morning, Paulie.
Hail to the W, man.
Hail to the W.
Hail to the W.
Oh, he
Suave.
said it. Yes.
Johnny D. My man Jack Off. What's going on, guys? Man?
Wow. Jeez.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. let me say this, man. First, man, all respect and congratulations to the Eagles, man. You know what I mean? They went out there and they took the game from us. They snatched our soul. You know what I mean? So all respect to them, man. That's a good team over there.
Paulie, very quick. At what point of this game did you realize you did not have a shot in hell?
After McNichols fumbled that kickoff.
See? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, because the first two fumbles was bad because they was coming on drive. But we actually stopped them when the tush push. You know, we had a chance to go down to either tie the game up or put some points on the board. And this was a game that you had to be in it and win it in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? And we couldn't make it to the fourth quarter because of mistakes, mental mistakes, physical mistakes. I mean, we gave up 2 first downs on penalties by the defense after we stopped them. You give up a 4th and long, you know, being overly aggressive by an emotional player, you know, Marshawn Lynch, you know what I mean? Put him in a porta potty, man. Put Marshawn Lynch in a porta potty, all right? He needs a therapist. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, too many mistakes. That's what it boiled down to. Too many mistakes, man. My man JD5 came ready to play. You know what I mean? Yep. But, you know, you got to get him there. You got to get him to the fourth if you want to win a game. We couldn't do that. But far as this season go, man, I got no qualms, no complaints, though, man. You know, like a lot of y'all know, if you know me, man, you know, I lost my little brother in July, and he was a Washington fan. You know, he's a fan of all his big brother's teams. So, you know, from July to September, you know, my life was numb. You know, I was just out here. And this team gave me therapy, you know, and I'll never forget this season, man. I'll never forget, you know, just the little kid feeling I had again, you know, and I damn sure won't forget them 2 tickets I won to Dallas. Oh!
That's for sure.
All right,
we still got to get
Hey,
tagged back on.
what's up, Paulie? That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
You know
appreciate
what I mean?
it.
But yeah, man. But yeah, this season was therapy for me, man. So
Wow.
I
That's
gotta
awesome,
thank
Paulie.
them. I gotta thank y'all. You know what I mean? Hey, we'll be good, man. We'll be back, bro. As long as we don't turn into the Buffalo. As long as we don't turn into the Buffalo Bills. We'll be all right.
Oh, boy.
That's fine. I can accept
Yeah,
that.
it's an adult conversation.
Look, I can't hide from it. I can accept
it.
I know you are. I know you are. Well, tomorrow on the program, one of the debates I'm going to bring up is, was the Commander's season a fluke? That's one of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow. You don't think so?
Nothing fluky about that, man. No, hey, the foundation is 5. Long as 5's there, we good. The foundation is there. That's one thing we never had. Hey, the same thing with the Bills, man. Y'all got a foundation. Y'all not fluky. It's like Jordan over there, man. It's like Jordan stopping Karl Malone.
Hey, look. Here's one thing. Look, here's one thing. Hey, look, I'm bitter enough. Got to listen to the television talking about Josh Allen can't win a big one. And oh, by the way, how the Bills helped the Chiefs by letting them draft Xavier Worthy. I'm tired of all that. I'm also tired of people trying to make the comparison of the NFL to the NBA. And Jordan. And now you know how Karl Malone and John Stockton feel.
Hey, man, if you was gonna come to work and be a poor loser, you should just stayed in the bed, Johnny. For real.
How can you blame me? How can I not be a poor loser?
Hey, put him in a poor. Hey, Johnny D.
Put him in a porta potty. Put him in a porta potty. Put him in a porta potty.
Hey, right along with the NFL officiators, man. Put them in a porta.
Put them in a porta potty.
Definitely.
And I ain't just talking about for my game, most game, all year long, man. I mean, y'all don't know how to spot a ball. Put him in a porta potty. Man.
It's not only spotting a ball. You got to let him go. I can't. I've only got about 4 minutes remaining.
Hey, man.
I can't have a heart attack. I'm going to have a heart attack here on the air.
Hey, don't give Johnny D no Febreze. Put him in a porta potty.
Put him in a porta potty.
No for Breeze.
That's what we're going to do. Hey, you know what? We're going to do a segment now. Who are we putting in the porta potty? Every morning. We got to select
it's like spinning
one
the wheel
dude.
of Aaron Rodgers' blame. This
No,
time
we're going to select one dude every day. We're just going to put in the porta potty. And I'm putting the officials into the porta potty. And I hate to blame the official, Paulie. I appreciate the phone call, brother. But again, I don't understand how you have not one but two officials with a marking of a first down and it's overruled.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, number one. Number two, I'll even throw this one out there, and I didn't even mention it this morning. All right? That wasn't a catch.
Thank you.
That wasn't a catch.
Thank you.
Correct.
Bishop was there. It hit the ground.
Yeah.
What are we looking at? Again.
They're looking at the colored jerseys.
At best, you could call it an incomplete or an interception. The man literally had his hand on the ball going to the ground. And literally, that's interception. He had his hand and not called incomplete.
I don't think it's good to have Paulie on the show right when we're signing off. My chest hurts.
Oh.
My chest hurts right now. I love Paulie to death. Put him in a porta potty. Gonna put him in a porta potty. Very quick, an update of our Pacer payroll poll question this morning, J-Lo, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Our Pacer payroll poll questions of the day. Number one, was the stage too big for the Washington Commanders? 66.7% of people say no, it was not.
Well, you guys are fooling yourself. They were not ready to play that game. They were dominated from the opening. Yep. First play.
Mm-hmm.
Gave up a touchdown. First play.
It took us, then they said it took us 7-8 minutes to get 3 points.
First
it took
play.
us 16 seconds.
Yeah, first play. By the way, Hank chimes in, says Paulie's a clown. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hank.
Yeah. Y'all two can battle each other on X.
Yep, let them have at it.
Yeah.
Our second Pacer payroll poll questions of the day. At what point did Commander fans throw something at the TV? 47.1% of people say the McNichols fumble. 23.5% of people say the opening Saquon Barkley touchdown. 17.6% goes to the Eckler fumble. We have 11.8% going to other. A couple comments flowing in. Joanna Wahop, I hope I pronounced that right. When they pulled out that obscure rule that literally no one has ever heard of, not gonna lie, Louisville was wilding out there, and I was loving it.
I'll tell you, the fourth down call where they threw it to A.J. Brown when it was 14-12,
yeah,
that's when I knew it was over.
That was frustrating.
That's when I knew it was over. I didn't throw anything, but I knew it was over.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
And also another comment from Wise, True and Fair. When the announcers mentioned Snyder's handpicked team name, they need to put the rebrand into gear during the offseason. We're still not moving past Dan Snyder, people. And our final Pacer payroll poll question of the day. Should Andy Reid be considered one of the greatest coaches of all time? 88.9% of people say yes.
Absolutely.
Right. So there you go. Still got a chance to vote. Go to our X account at Drive Johnny D. You could also chime in on our YouTube page each and every morning at Cova Sports TV. That's going to wrap it up for a Monday edition for Suave. It's going to be okay.
I'm good.
For J-Lo, it's going to be okay. For yours truly, it's not going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
I got to deal with this for a long time. We need changes or I'm out. That's the conversation right now in Buffalo. We need changes at the top or I'm out.
What's considered the top?
That top, it's not ownership. Ownership is fine. They stay out of the way. They're worried about their daughter playing tennis and the Buffalo Sabres, okay? We're talking about McDermott. Love you, Sean. You've been great. It's been a nice ride. Get out. The playoffs are here. Get out. The game's been over for. Get out. I need a change. This has been the Morning Drive. Fox Sports 1310 AM, the Fox Sports 1310 app. See you.